technology gadgets. Look no further. K-Next Computer Stores, located in Mbarara Baguta Street, opposite Central Market, next to former Bata Building, brings you all the latest computer accessories and gadgets to suit your need. We have the state-of-the-art CCTV cameras and DVR encoders, wireless routers, hard disks for both laptops and desktop, hard disk casings, laptop screens, MiFi TV sticks, modem, laptop chargers and adapters, projectors, MacBooks, keyboards, HDMI and VGA cables, internet cables, and so much more. Visit K-Next Computer Stores. For more information, contact us on 0701 29 15 42 or 0704 39 18 31.
This must be a muchika. Iwe ware migwe no kubo muchika. At least shwero muchika. Iwe ware migwe no kubo muchika. At least shwero muchika. Are you ready to change the name? Kutwaro witu, wetu chikesa mushasi. Kutwaro witu, manyabachika turi baruji. Kutwaro witu, soma tuza chikasi. Kutwaro witu, ayayimwe bakanyanya, haneyimwe abarumuna, hamwete.
Okay. and then ending up losing their lives while crossing. Not only that, Right Honourable Speaker, 2-3 weeks ago, the same incidents happened in that same water where we lost again 4 people from the same family within the same parish. This, of course, so the water has lost nearly 10 to 15 people, and these people normally die when they go to look for services in terms of medical health, social amenities, and others. And I remember one time I raised this matter on this same floor, and the minister went to inspect the road, I think, came back and never brought back the report. So, Right Honourable Speaker, here are my prayers. One, if the government is still finding that it is very hard to work on that road, let the government get an appropriate size of the boat to help the people cross that water, other than using these ones that are really leading to numerous deaths. And if it is to be done so, then the boat should be given in the hands of the person who will be facilitated by the government, other than leaving it in the hands of the person who will again exploit those ones who are unable to sustain the cost. And also, in that same context, there is an alternative road, which I feel the government can work on it to connect the people of the area. That road, which is affected, it is blocking 16 villages. One parish that has 16 villages, they could not access medical services, they could not access the administrative headquarters, they could not access other necessities of life. There is an alternative road that the government can open.
Information from Honourable Pachuto.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. The information I wanted to give to the House, and not only the Honourable Member, that such scenarios is not only specific to Maruzi. We have in Pakwach district a whole community of 8 villages from Amor parish that the flooding, it is almost a lake. And it is more than 4 years now. The school children sometimes have to cross from one village, Owere, Patwe, to go to school. And there have been, even the teachers are now running away from Owere Primary School. And we have reported, we have written to the office of the Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, my prayer is similar to my brother of Maruzi, that we get a motorized boats for these communities, if we cannot have bridges for now. That is the information I wanted to give the House. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
It was more than information, anyway. Yes, Honourable Member, conclude.
Thank you.
Then the Prime Minister.
My last prayer is, the families that have lost their dear ones are in total crisis. These families, the father has gone with all his 3 boys, leaving behind the mother to the 3 boys, and the 3 boys have also left behind families. And likewise in the other 4, the family that I mentioned. This government, since it happened on the road that is being crossed, it's a central government road, I want to appeal to the minister that let this family get something from government, so that the family that has remained behind push on for the time being. I thank you, sir.
Prime Minister, compassionate. I know the government where you work is very compassionate. Our condolences to the families. But what does the government say?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Let me also, on behalf of government, convey our deep feelings of sadness and condolences to the families that have been affected. I think this issue of the likely problems we are going to face during the rains was raised before. And government will return here with a comprehensive statement regarding areas that are likely to experience landslides, floods like the Honourable colleague has outlined, and also indicate what preactive measures that government prepares to handle those situations. So I undertake on behalf of government that next week we'll come back with a statement indicating our understanding of what is likely to happen and proactive steps that we'll take. regarding fellow citizens who have passed on, let us, Honorable Member, let us, you and our side, through me, discuss, get details so that the government can send something to those families. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As the government also lightning, which killed about 3 people, to look for you. Through me, I was in Malawi, and then in Nakasongola, the accidents there. Let some compassionate be extended to them. It's a humble appeal from here. When it comes here, we can't just say Ngachitalo. We believe that government can take it up. Thank you very much. Honorable Kanabi, Jimmy.
Thanks, Honorable Speaker. I rise on the matter of national importance. Right, Honorable Speaker, on 10th day of July 2026, we faced a disaster, that is the fire outbreak in areas of Movo, areas of Zitwe, and areas of Muyuwe, and a lot of people were being affected. And when we calculate, over 800 people were affected, we are left with no homes, and some people are being sheltered with relatives. So my humble prayer to this Honorable Parliament and the Office of Prime Minister, at least these people to be helped with iron sheets and other relief items so that they can cope up with this incident. I beg to submit.
Prime Minister.
Well, what I would advise, honorable colleagues, first, it is right, it's your legitimate right to make a statement here on the floor of the House. But alongside that, I think let's work together. If I'm from a constituency X, I have a disaster, I have an emergency like that, come to the government through the leader of government business or any minister so that actions can be quicker. But I also know that there is already an institutional mechanism. Each district has a disaster committee. When those situations happen, they do meet and inform the Office of the Prime Minister so that appropriate actions can be taken. And so, in that light, the issue you have raised will be followed up. Thank you.
Answer from government. You may need to raise the matters here, but also do some paperwork. I don't know whether the clerk has given you enough stationery. Write letters, honorable members. Follow up with the ministers so that coming here would be only to hold them accountable when they have not. Woman MP of Mukono, are you the acting law? Okay.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. From the guidance the Prime Minister has given, some of us were able to follow through with that guidance. I wrote letters personally for Mukono, Mbale village in Mpunge sub-county. I did write the letters, I engaged the cow, I took the letters and the attachments to the Prime Minister, and we have got no response. We had to get out of pocket to give first aid to the people of Mukono, but this should not be the practice. So how can you on your side expedite such issues? Because they are emergencies. By the time I think we come and bring them to the floor of Parliament, they're emergencies and people are exposed to danger. So we need more speed from the side of the Prime Minister. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure you've noted. Honorable Court, Boniface Henry, MP Kole South or North?
Right Honorable Speaker.
Hear the voice, yes.
I'm Boniface Okot, Member of Parliament for Kole South constituency, former Member of Parliament for Youth Northern Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, mine is a matter regarding natural disasters occasioned by hailstorms in Akalo Town Council, which is in Kole South. Right Honourable Speaker, on the 24th of July this year, in 8 cells in Akalo Town Council, the cells of Adieda, Arobi, Aliri, Baribu, Olaya, Akura, Okut, Obela, and Owalo Imalo, we experienced hailstorms that caused serious destruction of food crops. And the technical teams of the district wrote a report which I submitted to the Office of the Prime Minister, but we have not yet received feedback. And our prayers are that the Office of the Prime Minister fast-tracks the urgent supply of food items to these affected families, and also they provide planting materials to these families that are in dire need. Thank you.
Prime Minister. We are left with 2 more to go on that.
What my brother from Kole has said is really in the same line like other MPs have raised. With your permission, Right Honourable Speaker, I would suggest that we could use part of tomorrow morning. Colleagues that have these emergencies have written or have issued statements here, and they have not got appropriate response. We could have a meeting at the Office of the Prime Minister tomorrow morning between 9 and 11 so that we sort out what we can. I thank you.
Thank you. I think I had called out Honourable Namanya Viola. Is she now here? Or somebody had... Then Honourable Okwi Constantine MP Chibale. Is he here? Honourable Campagna Abdul Swaib. You see, these are people who come, they say they want to raise the matter. So, Honourable Okwi is not here. Honourable Campagna. And help me pronounce your name very well.
Campagna.
Campagna.
In case you forget Campagna, you remember someone pronouncing Kampala. Then you change Nya.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right, Honourable Speaker.
Okay, you go ahead, Honourable Member.
For purposes of record, I am Campagna Abdul Swaibu, representing the people of Ikiki constituency, Budaka district. Right, Honourable Speaker, I raise under Rule 56 on a matter of urgent public importance, on a matter that was raised here yesterday. I raise to formally and strongly protest and refute the assertions made regarding the approach adopted by the Minister of State for Local Government during the anti-corruption operation in Budaka district, which were subsequently reiterated on the floor of this House. While we recognize the importance of upholding Constitution, the rule of law and the due process, we strongly disagree with the substance and implication which were flaunted by Dr. Wakida, representing the people of Kibuku, which in our view create an inaccurate impression of what transpired and risks undermining the legitimate efforts to promote accountability and combat corruption. Honorable Speaker, as a member of Parliament representing the people of Budaka District, we have received no formal communication, petition, complaint, representation from the people of Budaka expressing dissatisfaction with the minister's approach during the operation in our district. As a member of Parliament representing the people of Budaka District, on the contrary, our people have expressed an even greater desire for minister intervention in matters of public service delivery across various sub-counties in our district. We therefore find it difficult to understand the basis upon which the conclusion was reached that the minister's approach was inappropriate. The evidence presented during the inquiry, Honorable Speaker, it is important that this House does not discuss these events in abstraction.
Were you present yesterday? Because this rebuttal would have been very helpful. What do you think? And I think the matter was,
I was still in my constituency.
I can understand, but now you will put me in a very difficult position to aid a rule or guide on a matter that was ably handled by my brother, my younger brother, you know, the Right Honorable Thomas Tayebwa. This matter was already briefed, and the Minister of Local Government undertook to come back here on 25th with a comprehensive report on what they are doing. I think you reserve this rebuttal. I might join you in rebutting. Because the issue that was raised, I don't want you are neighbors with the Honorable Wakida. I also come from the same region. You may want to resume your seat and I guide.
Thank you, Honorable.
So the issue of the Honorable Balam and the Honorable Namere, what they are doing, as Parliament, we need to support them. We cannot, it is long when we last saw, because for us we are to hold them accountable. But now before we hold them accountable, they are putting their house in order. Why should that be our concern? Now the only concern that has been is that this should be done in accordance with the law. Now for us to start saying you are overdoing it, I think that is, we are failing the very purpose of this House. We should say, Balam, go ahead, Balam, bravo, Namere, bravo. Let them fight, and then we fight less. If they fight, then we fight less. Less accounting officers will be invited here. It is long when we last saw the executive led for a corruption fight. So now when these people are doing that, honestly speaking, without preempting what will happen on 25th of Tuesday, you should be debating and according that line that this fight should continue, and even more. We want to see the Works Minister, the Attorney General, the Education. I've seen Honorable Peter Gwang here. I've heard him. I was following. He's answering questions here. All the ministers, either tourism or health. We've seen ministers of health disrupting the sleep of people who are not used to being woken up, directors at midnight. Please, let's appreciate these efforts by the executive. For us, we've also started. But when they do better, we should not be feeling jealous that they are outshining us. We should be thanking them. So, in my own way, if I was in Tororo, I would say Balam Oye, but I'm in Parliament as Speaker, I will not say that. I will not say that. Honorable Maseroka, You are the last on that matter.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, for purposes of record, Right Honorable, I am Maseruka Robert, Member of Parliament, Mukono South Constituency, and I am glad I come from a district where you are a resident. Right Honorable Speaker, I am raising on a matter of national importance that is happening on remote areas like islands. I come from a constituency that has part of it as places near islands. I have Kome sub-county, I have Damba. I want, Right Honorable Speaker, there are issues of land grabbing on lakes. Someone comes up and says, this is all my territory, like it is happening to the people of Bulago. Right Honorable Speaker, I am here on my knees to request government to go as early as it can be to involve in the issues that are happening.
Kindly be on your knees. Yes.
You see, Right Honorable Speaker, in my heart I'm kneeling.
Okay.
That government involves on the issues that are happening on the shores. The people of Katosi sub-county, someone comes on the lake and says, all this is breeding area. We don't know the criteria. People are evacuating these places. And also, there is an issue of the military and how people are being treated on the lakes. We pray that government, let us have definitive laws that are going to help and set a good procedure of how people should be living these places. Otherwise, people are calling us from those places, Right Honorable Speaker, that please, we can no longer fish. We elected you as Member of Parliament, at least provide us with some posho or beans that we might feed. That is Chimi, Kome, and Damba. We request this honorable government to visit the people that are on those areas. Thank you.
Or defense. Fisheries, Prime Minister, the matter is touching many fisheries, Prime Minister and the Minister of Defense, and even water. The owner of water is the Minister of Water. So you...
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. And I thank my brother, Honorable Maseruka, for raising that issue. But this issue of the islands, the handling of the people involved in fisheries is definitely not new. It has been recurrent over times. I think the best way forward, Right Honorable Speaker, with your permission, would be for us, on the government side, led by the Office of the Prime Minister, to have a meeting with our colleagues from the islands so that we discuss this issue face to face, get details.
Thank you very much for giving way. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, the 11th Parliament passed a Fisheries Act, and there is a resolution which did recommend government to come up with the fisheries regulation, and it has been long overdue. What we would also want to know from the minister, when is government finalizing on this fisheries regulation, because the act has everything to protect the fishermen and people around there. When is government going to come up with this fisheries regulation?
Now you know our senior members, those who have been here longer, they sneak away of speaking. Yes. The Attorney General, when are you bringing the regulations?
Right, Honorable Speaker, we are in touch with the ministry, and the FPC, the First Parliamentary Council, is fine-tuning the regulations.
Thank you. So, Prime Minister, on behalf of government, has invited all members of parliament who are affected by the fisheries, islanders, for a meeting on a date that you will give. A date that you've kept to yourself.
Honorable Maseruka, this may not be fair, but roughly you think this would be about how many MPs from the islands?
Thank you. According to the information and the group we have, we are around 58. Yes.
Because I had already undertaken to meet other colleagues on a different matter, I request that you give me time so that on Tuesday I propose a specific date when we can have that meeting.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Okwere David.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me the opportunity. Right Honorable Speaker, the country has just concluded the 4th session of the LOC1's election successfully. But however, these LOC1s are very essential to all of us, and they are the roots for most of us in terms of all the aspects. These elections of the LOC1s which have just ended peacefully. But I want to bring it out to the fact that most of these LOC1s who are touching the bones or the backs of our voters need to be sensitized or to be oriented on what they are supposed to be doing. Because in their work, they sign key documents like passports. All of us here, we have passports. They have to be endorsed by LOC1s. Land titles to be transferred, they need LOC1s. And other things which are quite important, LOC1s handle it. My point of bringing it out here, when is government preparing an orientation for these LOC1s, even as the members of parliament who have been inducted, who have been trained? Thank you.
Minister of Local Government here.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. We have 2 weeks after election to streamline and remove complaints and everything. So this is the final week. We shall be preparing a handover of stamps to the new chairpersons. Parliament recently approved a budget of 12 billion to induct all newly elected leaders apart from members of parliament. But the induction shall involve the members of parliament in progress. Let him not worry. We shall have induction. And all members of parliament in your respective constituencies, you will be involved. Thank you very much.
Honorable Karisa. Yes. Honorable Engineer Dr. John Bosco Koi Karisa.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I rise on this matter of national importance about acquisition of land for government projects. Right Honorable Speaker, on 11 September 2025, the whole government and the people of Uganda were in smiles after hearing that Nyasharara is going to be converted into an international airport. Right Honorable Speaker, this was also improved by His Excellency writing a directive to the Prime Minister, and later the Prime Minister released on press with Best 7 company about the plans. However, what is happening right now around Nyasarara, people are selling plots of land everywhere, and this seems to be also a plan for people to position themselves to be bought when that project is going to take place. what I would want to ask the Prime Minister, is the project still on? And if it is still on, isn't it right that the government goes and acquires and gazettes land that is probable for that project? Because our people of Wheju, they think they are 40 kilometers from an international airport, they are preparing their tea, they are preparing their coffee, they believe their gold is going to be close to an international gateway. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Prime Minister, was the acquisition of land through private individuals? Are you aware of what is happening there? What is the latest?
Yes, what I know, Right Honorable, is that an international airport is going to be developed in Mbarara, but the details my brother is giving about people now positioning themselves for compensation is new, so we undertake to work with the Honorable MP to ensure that we don't get complications when implementation starts. Thank you.
Now, I had threatened Honorable Okwi, you came when I had called your name, and you want to be the last one. You talked about the recruitment of UPDF. Did you try to join and they left you out, or what is your complaint?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise on a matter of urgent national importance concerning an alleged irregularity in the ongoing recruitment into the UPDF that was occasioned yesterday in Palisa district. One opposed Emmanuel had successfully gone through the online process, and when he reported yesterday for the physical recruitment, he reports that he successfully went through all the screening activities, processes that were meant for yesterday. In the evening, when he was due to be assembled with the successful candidates, an officer gave him a form to fill and directed that he fills a different name. That he reports to be Osire Abraham. Now, upon filling that form, the officer asked him out of the assembled successful candidates. He was shocked and he tried to protest. Unfortunately,
help me understand. Opus Emmanuel was asked, given a form that you write, fill in Opus Osire.
Yes, Osire Abraham.
And after he also filled?
Yes, he filled on the instruction of who? The UPDF officer.
And he was shocked that he was asked to leave?
Yes, upon filling, then they asked him to leave.
Okay.
The recruitment, that collection of the successful applicants. When he tried to protest, he was forced out. Okay. And even reports that he received the test of the butt of the gun. Now, when he moved out and he tried to gather facts, he found out that the so reported Osire is from Bukedia. He's not even from Palisa. He was not on the list of the candidates that had successfully been shortlisted online, and he did not participate in the screening exercises of the day.
What's your prayer?
My prayer is that the Minister for Defense and Veteran Affairs undertakes a thorough investigation of this matter. Two, indeed, if the allegations have substance, the officer or officers that masterminded this.
Okay. The Minister of Defense is here, and I'm sure somebody wrote Osire. He was asked to leave.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. First of all, I must thank the member for raising this issue. Of course, we are going to investigate the matter and establish what happened. However, we don't think that Osire will be a desirable member of our fraternity if he can actually write a wrong name at the application. Because,
actually, if
Right Honorable Speaker, you need, members here must advise the people out there that they are being recruited into the Uganda People's Defense Forces. One of the things we hold dear is integrity. Now, we cannot, of course we shall investigate what happened, but we cannot understand how someone can simply write a wrong name for himself. So we are going to investigate the matter, establish, and also the people we recruit are going to receive orders, Right Honorable Speaker and members. But we also expect them to take these orders seriously, and they must also be, that's why we ask them for academic qualification. Because we say, okay, this order, how reasonable is it? We do not ask those many questions in the army, but we are not robots. We actually think. So we are going to investigate the matter, but if it were a test at that center, I hope it wasn't, because I may come back and report that they tested everyone, and they found that this one failed the test. I beg to submit.
Yes, that's why I was emphasizing that how can you, I know both, Jacob, who is going to join the National Defense Army? Then you have your ID, you know your names. Then they say, you feel here, now you are called Osire. I think it's a two-way. It somehow can be corruption on that process, but also on the issue of the test, as the Minister of Defense has said, this man can easily be told to write certain things. I think on that matter, why do you rise?
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Bisaso Abdul from Kasanda. In the army, there is what they call order. So this man took an order, and therefore he should not be left out. Thank you.
No, we have Major General, Honorable Major General Gonyi. What constitutes an order? Because now civilians are changing the narrative here.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want first of all to put it on record that my minister had already explained that issue. But also in addition is to say that first of all, the gentleman was not a soldier yet. But number two is that the interviews, they will never tell you, they will ask you. Now, if they ask you to write the name of someone else, the members here have said, you have your national ID, you know yourself, like Right Honorable Speaker have guided, and they tell you to call yourself something else and you accept. How do we trust that you will be able to protect everybody else in this country? Right Honorable Speaker, an order must be legal. And my minister ably explained that one.
Thank you very much. We sort out that is done. Again, on the same matter? Procedure? I would listen to that. You said procedure? Procedure? You said procedure, right? You said procedure. Yes.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I am Salongo Richard Senteza from Rugazi. The procedural matter I'm raising is different from the subject which has been under discussion. And it's in your docket, Right Honorable Speaker, to give a ruling. It emanates from Rule 163 and 164 of the Rules of Procedure of this Parliament. Rule 163, Sub-Rule 1, is to the effect that
In accordance with Article 90 of the Constitution, the House shall appoint committees of Parliament necessary for efficient discharge of its functions. And Rule 164, Sub-Rule 1, Parliament shall have standing committees and sectoral committees. As provided for in this part. Right Honorable Speaker, on 29th July 2026, the Clerk to Parliament wrote to all chairpersons and all chairpersons of all standing committees and chairpersons of all sectoral committees. The import of this letter was to the effect that standing committees shall hold their meetings on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then sectoral committees shall hold their meetings on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. But Right Honorable Speaker, the practice right now is that these committees put appointments on the same days. For example, today we had a meeting of COSASE at 10 a.m. and another meeting of the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee at the same time. So, Right Honorable Speaker, since you are the custodian of these rules, my humble prayer is that you give a directive to the effect that this letter is followed so that members are not confused on where to go, and then the potential that these members hold should be exploited fully.
Okay, thank you. The administrative guidance by the clerk should be complied with by all chairpersons. We want to have a good flow of events here, and I think he did that on behalf of. You are from COSASE? Now, yeah, but we need to move, colleagues. We're going to Sona. Yes, I have never said no, but.
With your permission, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, it's true. The clerk to Parliament gave that advice, he wrote on 29th. But given the load we have as accountability committees, the chairpersons went and pleaded and showed the timelines we have. He then again wrote, giving space that for accountability committees, we can sit from Monday to Friday. Thank you.
Okay. So the member you've now, it's an exemption, you know, the accountability committees are exempted from that because they have a time frame. And I think if it is not clear, the clerk is hereby directed to make it clear. Yeah, so that all the members. Honorable colleagues, we have a few days to conclude this. And as I told you, we're going for recess. About 241 members of Parliament have spoken on State of the Nation address. We are tempted, this is the farthest it has been. Usually it's about 100. This has been the best ever. And today I want to amend the order paper so that we try to give time on the other item that would be number 3, that would be deferred to maybe tomorrow, so that we go into the State of the Nation address and we try to conclude. If we can conclude tomorrow, would be the best. And then if there are other committee work and from government, we shall be ready. But I can tell you from out there, the feedback I'm getting is that the voters are happy the way you've been debating. Keep it that way. If you maintain it that way from both sides of the House, you are likely to retain your seats. Because you've been on issues, including today, you had Honorable Zambali on all the teaching. That's a national matter that needed guidance. We are during holidays. People are raising good issues, not political, but good national issues. So let's keep it that way. And today we have a few members of parliament. We can go on very many of them from the opposition and those who don't oppose. So I want you to call up the item.
Item.
You wanted to call item 3 and we formally defy it? You do that. You know what I'm saying.
Item 3 on the other paper, motion for a resolution of Parliament to appreciate His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda for evacuating and repatriating the Ugandan nationals in distress from the Republic of South Africa.
That motion is deferred to either to important, but we defer to this item.
On the other paper, of Parliament to express gratitude to His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the clear and precise exposition of government policy contained in the State of the Nation Address to Parliament of Uganda on 4th June 2026. Debate continues.
Thank you. And as I guided, the Ministry of Energy, based on the debate that came, they were able to bring here some of the matters arising, and the debate was there for almost 2 days. After all this, we've noted as Parliament that the leadership that we may need to get time for infrastructure, roads, works, we shall need to get a day, education, we shall need to get a day, health, we shall need to get a day, and the agriculture. So within this next few days, unless you don't have those burning issues, before 3rd of September, we shall be holding the minister and the government here, telling them how the state of nation affairs are in our constituencies. Health, education, agriculture, and the roads. The Prime Minister, let your team be ready for a marathon. So the first on my list here is Honorable Ekor, Alex Irukan. Thank you. MP Bunya County East. And no minister should be leaving. Isn't that a wise ruling?
Thank you.
We have to do 2 minutes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to appreciate His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for the recent State of Nations address and for the outlining the government priorities and achievements in transforming our country. As the representative of the people of Bunya County East, I join the President in the call for inclusive development, ensuring that no community is left behind. Mr. Speaker, I would like to place a particular emphasis on 3 pressing needs of my constituents.
First, I appeal to the government to establish a government secondary school in Chigandalo sub-county. Our children deserve access to affordable and a quality secondary education closer to their homes. This is to reduce a burden on parents and improve school enrollment and retention. Secondly, I pray that Chigandalo Health Center 4 be upgraded to a public hospital as it is a directive of the President. The growing population of Bunya County East requires higher level of health services, including better emergency care,
Maiden, I can exercise is only for him.
Sure.
1 more minute. Only for him.
It is a maiden speech. Thank you very much. Okay. Thirdly, I appeal to the government to extend the national electricity grid to all areas of Bunya County East that have not yet been reached by electricity. Electricity is essential for education, health, business, agriculture, and the overall transformation of our community. Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I beg you to submit.
You indeed had to thank me. Honourable Anwar Ricky Richard.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for this opportunity. Right Honourable Speaker, allow me to add my voice in thanking the President for the most precise State of the Nation address. Right Honourable Speaker, in the President's address, what came out heavily was the infrastructural development in this country. However, Right Honourable Speaker, I come from Agago district. Agago district is one of the biggest districts in Uganda. And it is unfortunate that Agago district doesn't have a tarmac road. Right Honourable Speaker, road is one of the enablers, is one of the drivers of development. And we need this road tarmac, the Moroto Road, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we have been talking about this road for a very long time. In the floor of Parliament, we have been passing budgets and supplementary budgets for the road. Why can't the minister bring for us a supplementary budget or bring loans that we can approve to help tarmac this road? Thank you so much.
Honorable Luyirika Zahara.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity given to me, and welcome back. Right Honourable Speaker, whereas the President of Uganda talked about economic growth for the country and locals, Right Honourable Speaker, and also aware of Section 29 of the Refugees Act, there are growing concerns from the people of Machindio West and Kampala at large, where there is flooding, foreign nationals that have invaded the place and also engaged in doing local businesses, small business, street vending, and so on and so forth, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, this has caused the people of Machindio West endangered with their security, because the people are so many, the refugees are so many, the Eritreans are so many in the area, and I wonder whether government has come out to regulate their movements within the area. Right Honourable Speaker, it is on that note that I request that since we want to have this go on and embraced very well, I call upon government, Right Honourable Speaker, to regulate their movement. One, Right Honourable Speaker, I am requesting government.
Maiden, please go on. Yeah.
I am also requesting government, Right Honourable Speaker, to urgently audit their immigration status within the area, with very much high hopes that this will harmonize the situation in Machinde, increase.
Okay. The issue is clear that there is an influx. But Ugandans, we should be happy that other people are coming to our countries. We should be able. Yes, Honorable Owino Nicholas, is this somewhere? There is no order I'm following. I'm looking at people who are here and call. I know some people whose names are here, but not here. Yeah.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, and congratulations. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the President on his overwhelming support that the Ugandan gave him. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank him for a well-structured State of the Nation address. He emphasized wealth creation as the key driver to pushing this country to the $500 billion economy by 2040. And he reminded us again that Uganda has come from far, from 3.9 billion to 69 billion. However, Tororo North needs affirmative action. We have 7 sub-counties with only 1 major secondary school. In terms of wealth creation, we have 5 parishes that have not coded to receive PDM. And it's very difficult working in that constituency when people are asking you, where is our 1 million for these parishes? Right Honourable Speaker, when you look at health, the 7 sub-counties, only 3 have health center 3. And without electricity, connectivity in those health centers. In my Kamuli, we have the last month, we had 80 live births in one health center. Without electricity, it is really, really alarming.
Thank you. A member of Parliament who knows how many live births. That's a serious one. That's good statistics. Honourable Minister of Health, Honourable Harriet, when you sit next to Honourable Minister of Health, I know how you make him get alert, but you've heard about that, the issue of 7 sub-counties. Now in your comprehensive report to where it can generate debate, we can be able to hear what are your plans as for health centers. And yes, Honorable Amelia, and I will follow Honorable Sylvia, Dr. Sylvia, then I will go to Honorable Kasukali of Mwenge Central. Then those are people I've seen, they are available. Then I will come Okecho John, then Honorable Paul. No, before Okecho. All those 5 there, they are written here. Yeah, Honorable Amelia.
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker, I welcome you back from Malawi. Comment on the state of the nation. I want to thank the President for that elaborate statement and the pledges he made and commitment to this country, as he has always done. But my concern is about industrialization. In my area, there's a Chinese company called Sinoply. It's a timber project. But this company has had a number of casualties because of the conditions they work in. They travel all over the country and collect young children in the age of 13, 14, 15 to work in their companies. But most of them have lost limbs, have lost hands, have lost. Now recently in Chirudu, there is one called Ochen and Senablia in the hospital, and they just dump them in the health centers without taking care of them. Secondly, they dump dangerous debris around the area. So we have had casualties of the children in the community who step into this debris and get burnt by the substance they put out there. So I'll pray, Right Honorable Speaker, that the Ministry of Gender comes in to investigate this matter, but also ensure that the workplace or the workers are.
Thank you. Point noted. The Minister of Gender, should be a safe workplace. And when Honorable Amelia was speaking, I was looking at a few new members of Parliament who had not interacted with her. I think they were following very keenly. They were quite impressed. The way you speak flawlessly, you know, with very neat, and in rich, you know, nitty, you know. Honorable Dr. Sylvia.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Indeed, welcome back from that working visit. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to appreciate His Excellency for the drive of the country into commercial agriculture, and I want to at least assure people that people of Ruchiga are taking this call very seriously. Over the weekend, I was in the district visiting farmers, coffee farmers and the other farmers, and they are doing a commendable job in that line. The biggest challenge that the people are facing is persistent drought that has gone to unprecedented levels. It is too high, it is hurting farming industry very seriously. There was a road that was approved at the beginning of this term's Parliament for irrigation schemes. It would be good to get the work plan as far as implementation of those irrigation schemes are concerned, but also to consider other farmers that are not going to benefit from those irrigation schemes. How can they be helped with some maybe mini schemes that they can use even if they are going to get them on soft loans? Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Nanzala.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this chance. By the name, I'm called Nanzala Metrin, MP Namsindwa County. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance, and I love you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Please, I have 1 more minute for interruption.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni for his State of the Nation. He really spoke and said, we, members of Parliament, we need to make sure we visit our constituencies. Either we use bicycles or motorcycles, but we need to monitor government projects in our constituencies. But I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for providing us transport means. May God bless him so much. We shall move and we shall monitor government projects in our constituencies. And another thing, Mr. Speaker, he spoke very well and said every sub-county must have a city school, must have health center 3 and health center 4 in every constituency. Here in Namsindwa County, I do beg, Mr. Speaker, through you, in Namsindwa County, no health center 4, more than 9 sub-counties, no health center 3, people are dying day and night. No city schools in some sub-counties, around 10. So I beg, through you, Mr. Speaker, that let God do a miracle, because we have suffered many years. And His Excellency, when he came, he told us the road from Kufu, Nambola, Magale, Bumbo Road, that they are going to tarmac. But as I talk,
which road was that? Kufu,
Magale, Kufu, Nambola, Magale, Bumbo.
Okay.
That they will tarmac it. But now as I talk, they are just making bridges, no tarmacking. So I beg to move, Mr. Speaker. God bless you.
Thank you. A few people felt jealous that you said, what's wrong with how, we should love one another. Yeah. I also want to be loved just like you do. Honorable Mara, Paul, the Otuke giant.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I would also like to join my colleagues to appreciate the President for the accountability he gave during the State of the Nation address. I also like to thank him for laying out the strategic themes for the next financial year, bringing many of our poor into the money economy, the issues of strategic security, and also laying clear economic targets. Right Honorable Speaker, if it is achieved, will make our economy grow tremendously. Right Honorable Speaker, what worries me though is our ability to fund our budget. Just to give you a sense, this financial year, our budget of 84.3 trillion, we would only be able to raise 44 trillion. The rest is going to be borrowed. And at the present moment, our debt position is 115 trillion. Out of that, 60 trillion is borrowed domestically here at colossal amount of money. I would want to suggest strongly that our Committee of Finance should do whatever is possible to support the Uganda Revenue Authority so that we can continue to collect more domestic revenues and we lessen on borrowing so that our fiscal space can increase. Right Honorable Speaker, as we speak now, 12 trillion will go towards servicing our debt and interest. The discretionary expenditure for this financial year is only 47 trillion out of the 84. The other...
I know time is not enough for that technical submission.
I appreciate it.
I really love you also for your in-depth knowledge. Honorable Kasukari, then we shall have Honorable Wokuri.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to add my voice on supporting the motion for resolution of Parliament to express our gratitude to our dear President for the explicit presentation he made to the nation in June this year. Right Honorable Speaker, the gist of this presentation of the President was one, the 6.4% annual economic growth that is projected for this year, and also the intentional push of every Ugandan to go to the money economy by the end of this financial year. Right Honorable Speaker, the major enablers for us to achieve this, one of the major ones is infrastructure development. Right Honorable Speaker, I've heard from colleague members of Parliament, most of them speaking about the road infrastructure in their districts. I come from Chenjojo district, Right Honorable Speaker, where the road network I have in the district is 2,550 kilometers, minus the national roads. That is only the local roads for the district and the sub-county. We receive also 1 billion road maintenance grant like any other district. We have one road unit like any other district. And this really hampers infrastructure development. If we are to achieve this 6.4% economy, we have to look into this. Otherwise, districts like St. George.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Wukuri, then Honorable Annette.
Thank you.
Honorable Annette Pamela Kabarole. Sorry, the way they wrote the name here. Let's have Honorable Wukuri first. Yeah.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me to congratulate you upon your elevation to that position. For record purpose, Wukuri Geoffrey is my name, Bungoko South County, Mbale District. I attended the presidential address physically for the first time, and I summarize it in terms of achievements, future plans, and challenges. I was impressed by a presidential pledge to support the procurement of solar-powered water pumps to promote coffee growth. But in Mbale District, especially Bungoko South County, we have a water challenge for human beings. So we are majorly relying on boreholes, a few boreholes, and because of population pressure, they are breaking at overwhelming rate. So, Right Honorable Speaker, this constituency even hosts a water supply plant, which supplies water in the names of Manafa Water Supply. It supplies water to Mbale City and Industrial Park. Now, we, the hosts, have access to that very water, but the challenge is the high.
Okay. Honorable Annette Pamela Kabarole. Oh, you want the high cost?
The major challenge.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The major challenge to access the national water services is the high connection cost. I don't know whether they have intentionally made it, said that the community does not get water, but much of the water goes to the industrial park and the city. I request your indulgence, Right Honorable Speaker. Prime Minister is here. People are dying. Before we water the crops, let us water people. Thank you, Sir Honorable Speaker.
I agree. The Prime Minister and the other ministers, you will have a brief comments on this as at the close. Then Honorable Kabarole.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity, and welcome back from Malawi. I'm Kirungi Annette Pamela, District Woman Representative, Kabarole District. I would like to take this opportunity to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, for his meticulous and detailed State of the Nation address. Of particular importance to me was his energy, tireless energy and zeal to drive the economy to the middle income status. Through his initiatives of Emyoga, NADS, etc. However, Right Honorable Speaker, Kabarole District took up the President's initiative and worked very hard, but our works are slowed by the very bad roads, which are presidential pledges. Example of the roads, Right Honorable Speaker, is the Hakavale Kijura Kiarusozi Road that the President pledged to work on in his visit in 2011. Also, Kasisi Changa Rimi Road, which is a very important tourism road in Kabarole District. I want to request, Right Honorable Speaker, that those 2011 pledges be fulfilled so that Kabarole District can contribute highly towards the middle income status. I thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Kecho John Francis, Bugiri Municipality.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity this afternoon. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to join the rest of my colleagues to thank the President for guiding this country through his State of the Nation address. Right Honorable Speaker, from the President's States of the Nation's address, I picked 3 issues. Number 1, growing this economy tenfold, using the tenfold strategy. Number 2, ensuring that everyone in this country joins the money economy. Right Honorable Speaker, from the President's speech, he said part of the strategy is to compensate the war victims in northern Uganda and other parts of the country that were affected by the war, to enable those communities join the money economy. Right Honorable Speaker, you and me, when you are traveling back to Tororo, you know that Busoga region is one of the poorest regions right now in this country, because we were affected partly by the Lakwena War of 1987. Right Honorable Speaker, when they are compensating the war victims in this country, Busoga sub-region has always been left out. And yet, we were greatly affected by this war. The people in Busoga were really affected by the Lakwena War.
That is well known. The Prime Minister Kaboyo will say, you know that for sure. General Rua. That's how people of Zimbabwe call him Rua.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I also raise to appreciate the address of the President to the nation as a father of nation, especially on the points of wealth creation. Right Honorable Speaker, there is a problem of population growth rate vis-a-vis the land ratio. If we don't control the government actors the way they deal with that problem, right from the land offices, the RDCs, the police, and the judicial system, that they are mixed within the corruption in order to solve the problem which we are having now. It is the reason I am supporting the work the local government and the Minister of State for Local Government are doing. My prayer here is that all the members of Parliament, we should raise up and support these people in all the areas in order to prevent a future land conflict in this country. Because there is a big problem if you're going to see what is happening today. That's what I wanted to say about that. I thank you, Right Honorable.
Thank you, Honorable Kanabi. Jimmy.
Thanks, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable Kanabi Jimmy, MP, Buyoka South Constituency. Right Honorable Speaker, I react on the issue of education infrastructures. Right Honorable Speaker.
You want to move a little bit away from the mic?
Right Honorable Speaker.
Much better. Yeah.
The government of Uganda under Education Ministry came up with a policy of one secondary school attached to a sub-county and at least one primary school attached to a parish level. But Right Honorable Speaker, this policy, it is not fully giving us results. For example, Right Honorable Speaker...
Is it a good policy, not giving results, or is it a bad policy? Let's have that on record.
Right Honorable Speaker, let me first conclude. We shall decide whether it is a bad policy or it is a good one. Right Honorable Speaker, we have sub-counties which are more bigger, whereby a student has to move for over 10 kilometers to access a government secondary school. And there are some sub-counties which are comprises of few villages, which when we follow that policy, it is more effective. But there are some sub-counties which are big, and the government of Uganda in 2021 caused a ban not to create more administrative units, which is affecting people also to benefit, with, most especially those ones which are having big sub-counties. Right Honorable Speaker, I think when you go to Bikwe sub-county, we have a village called Dibobwa. A student has to move for over 10 kilometers to access C.
Conclude on that.
We have
where C is. Yeah.
We have students which move from Bobwa to C Victoria, and that distance is over 10 kilometers. And when you come to Naja sub-county, there is a village from Busagazi to Naja sub-county or Naja town where students access secondary school. And this has created a lot of effect in school dropouts, especially among the girl child. I think this policy can work or can be revised so that we consider the distance, not the sub-county basis. The same applies to LSS Center 3s and LSS Center 2s. I call upon this Honorable House to come up with a clear proceedings or come up with a debate over the policies, most especially in Education Department and the LSS Department.
Two ministers are here, Education and Health. They will have something to say generally. Honorable, yes, I know his area very well, you know. I know Naja, I know C, I know Ngogwe, Baskerville, you know, everywhere. Yes, yeah. Because there are so many Japadolas there who change their names to Mukasa or what. Yeah. I know even there is somebody here who is also an MP of, you are the MP of that general there. Yes, so you know I know your area. So, Honorable Patrick Okello.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, and congratulations. My name is Patrick Okello Onguri, and I represent the people of Aswa County, Gulu District.
The person who wrote here wrote Ongudi?
No, that's how it is written. Like when you're writing Obote, you call it Obore.
Okay.
It is about the pronunciation. Yeah, Right Honorable Speaker, I am also the Shadow Minister for Local Government.
Okay.
And congratulations for ascending into that seat. We shook the mangoes. And by the grace of God, I think it fell into your hands.
You also got some. You are now also a minister, shadow minister of... yes.
Yes, I'm enjoying a bit of it. Right, Honorable Speaker, I also want to join the rest of my colleagues in thanking the President for giving us a very eloquent and a very clear direction on the State of the Nation address. However, as a representative of people of Gulu District, we all know Gulu District was the mother district for all the Acholi sub-region, and they kept on taking these other districts. And as of now, in terms of education, we are not doing well. In the last primary level education, we only got 28 PLE who passed in first grade, the whole districts. And for A level or O level, I think we got only 4. So we are not doing well in terms of education. When I see the national targets, the national performance, I appreciate. But I think I have a lot of challenges in my area. In terms of health services, Gulu District Hospital had been upgraded to a regional referral. And we remain with our health center 4. I think the Honorable Namere passed there. And things are not good. One, we don't have an...
Just 1 minute, I interrupted him.
Three. We don't have an active ambulance for our health center 4. In our health center 4, we don't have a ward for the male, we don't have a ward for the children. And yet, you find that in the female ward, our birth rate per month goes to about 120 per month. And that is really, really, very... now, on the issue of agriculture, also we are having a big challenge. The extension workers are not in place. I don't know whether they are not facilitated. I think we really have a lot to do for our people in Gulu district. It is a new district. As of now, our revenue that we collect per year is all about, doesn't go beyond 500 million in 1 year. So much as the president spoke very well about the transition, government projects are going there, but one of the biggest problems we have there is corruption. I would be happy to see the Balam and the Namere join me as the shadow minister, and we stamp out corruption in the area. I submit.
Thank you. Thank you. Honorable Jala Meso. Is that the one? Honorable Jala Meso Fred. Oh, Jala Meso.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Oh, Lango. Oh.
Right Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Right Honorable Speaker, I raise on a point of order. In line with your guidance, for only those colleagues who have not contributed on SONA should be the ones who to debate. Is the Honorable Jalameso in order?
Is not in order. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it? Honorable Dr. Elioda Tumwesije MP Shema North. And I must thank Honorable Peter Gwang for being very vigilant. Please don't rig. Honorable Dr. Elioda.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Right Honorable Speaker. I also join others to congratulate you upon being a Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. I also want to thank the President for the State of the Nation address. On behalf of the people of Shema North, I wish to say that PDM has worked very well and is a global unique program for inclusive prosperity, leaving nobody behind. And it's very unique. You don't find many countries with such programs. However, in my constituency, the biggest challenge I have some parishes which are so huge, like a parish called Wayagamba. And they feel left out. I mean, when you come and give 100 million to a big, huge parish, and then you also give 100 million to another small another small parish nearby, they feel so bad. So I think we should be able to revise that aspect. Also in my area, of course 1 million can be used to increase incomes. We also have problems on malnutrition. So I've been thinking of a unique program where you can have like a home, you give a cow to a home. This cow can be able to generate income, generate food and especially protein, and also be able to generate energy in the form of biogas. Because you find even people in the villages don't even have firewood for cooking. So you get money for PDM. By the time you go to buy food,
you can give him 1 more minute to conclude on that. He's an expert, by the way.
Yeah, so in order to tackle all these challenges at a go, my people in Shemanos are also saying, we hear of restocking in Teso, in other areas. Maybe we can also use Shem as a pilot give 1 cow per home and be able to increase income, nutrition, as well as environmental protection. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Pio Vincent, Doholo South, Doholo. Honorable Pio Vincent, you are the one,
Yes.
Doholo South.
Yes, for the purposes of good record, I'm called Opito Vincent.
Honorable Opito Vincent, Doholo South.
Yes, please. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. I want to appreciate the head of state for the immense contribution he has made to develop this country. In my constituency, Dogolo, I have 198 villages. I have 28 parishes, but out of those villages, there are 2 villages that are submerged because of floods. I have Bata, a Ball village in Adengno sub-county, and I have our village in Kwara sub-county. Last Sunday, I made a boat, a canoe, and took to the people of Ahoa. I saw them very excited. I thought even what I had done could not cause that excitement. But the condition where they are, really, they are in an alarming situation. The village had like 88 homesteads, but this around 27 totally displaced. And they're staying with relatives. Some people have rented at a trading center. First of all, they were hit by floods that destroyed all their crops. Secondly, the sunshine again came and destroyed whatever they had planted. Amidst that, there are hippos from Lake Kwania. At night, their crops are totally destroyed. They had only one single borehole, and Batebol also has had the same thing, but submerged by water. Access to social amenities is a target.
You want to conclude on that one?
Please.
Yes.
Right Honorable gives every young generation an opportunity to get. But this is a situation that these children can no longer move. The boat that the canoe that I made, it cannot make them navigate so fast because the population is high. That is the only transport means that they are using. Even the sick people are also using the same thing. They could easily get access out to medical care because we have health center at the parish. But the water is a very big obstacle. I therefore call upon the relevant ministry to intervene and take these 2 villages as a special case so that they also push themselves to the middle income that we have always talked about. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I believe that the Prime Minister, you've listened. Some 2 villages are submerged. This thing of water submerging areas, what is happening? The climate change is real. Not so? Yes, I can have Honorable Fortunate Chotera.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I rise to comment on the issue of health services across the country, and in particular the need, as mentioned in the SONA, on well-equipping health centers and hospitals. Particularly in Chotera district, we have only 1 hospital as per the agreed guidelines. However, for over 7 years, we had an outcry for an X-ray machine, which X-ray machine was brought September last year. However, ever since it was brought and launched, it's not functional till to date, which is a very big problem because it's like we have just an image and no services are being given. So my request is that the Minister of Health takes interest in this matter to ensure that that X-ray machine is functional as soon as possible to help us as a district and the people surrounding get the necessary health services rendered. Thank you.
Honorable Kapiangon, Brian, MP Kokangis County.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Allow me to congratulate you upon
assuming that office. And none of us knew that we would be here, including me myself. But thank you so much. I want to, I want to appreciate His Excellency, the President of Uganda,
those who think they had
for
the
giving
right
us
to be here.
a clear direction, clear direction concerning how we would move as a country.
Keep your vibe a little bit far.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to thank the government of Uganda, with the able leadership of the President, for giving us free education, both primary and secondary. I have, however, as a county of Kongasis County, we have schools that are grant-aided, and even as we speak now, they do not have facilities. We have schools like Abioyon High School, we have Chakwasta, we have Kamit Kortek. These are schools that were taken up by government, but up to date they do not have facilities and everything that is required of a school. And then finally, Right Honorable Speaker, is an issue that I want to thank the President of Uganda for protecting the rights of Ugandans that are outside this country, most especially those that are in diaspora. I want to thank him for committing to protect them. But however, there is some issue that has happened within my constituency. There's a citizen, a Ugandan citizen aged 30 years, whom we lost in Poland. This was a Ugandan working there. And I want to urge the Minister of Foreign Affairs, now that he's not here, maybe I'll direct to the right Prime Minister, that is a Ugandan who drowned in water.
Yeah, conclude on that one. The Prime Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. He goes by name is Kibet Alan. He drowned in water in Poland and died on 15th of August this year. And the family reached out to me. They are finding difficulties in repatriating the body back to Uganda. The pro forma invoice says that they need around $15,000, and the family is unable to raise this amount of money. So I want to request the Right Honorable Prime Minister maybe to urgently look into this matter so that we have the body of Kibet Alan get a decent burial here in Uganda. I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Prime Minister, why don't you quickly respond to that? We all Africans love our dead bodies back. The best you can do is to support that family, to grieve while seeing the dead body here. Prime Minister?
The country is Poland or Holland? Poland. So, Right Honorable Speaker, with your permission, I will liaise with my brother so that we get more details and bring this to the attention of the head of state to see if help can be offered.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And this is why we are elected. That's now representation. You pick issues, you bring, government picks it. Honorable Sarah Lugose, woman MP of Butaleja, my neighbors.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm called Logose Sarah Annette, District Woman Representative, Butaleja District. I want, first of all, congratulate you upon that achievement, and it's my humble prayer to God that He protects you always. I rise to join.
Apparently, there are those who think God should not protect me at all. Yeah, go ahead.
It is my prayer that you're always protected, and may God accord you all the wisdom to also keep us in house representing our people. I rise to join my fellow honorable colleagues to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, on the State of the Nation address, and During his comprehensive State of the Nation address, he talked about 4 key enablers, and amongst them I picked out action. Butaleja district is a low-lying area, and we have been surviving on rice farming. And according to his consistent encouragement for us to pick up economically into the middle income status, I want to thank him for always encouraging us, and with the people of Butaleja who entrusted me with their votes are also very thankful. But
some corruption there. Speaker's neighbor, 1 minute more.
Thank you. They have an outcry about the floods that have kept on sweeping their rice, especially when the heavy rains come, and these heavy downpours always come from the Elgon Mountains. And now they are wondering, since the president is encouraging them to go ahead to use the swampy areas for fish farming, they are wondering if these fish will not be swept away, just like the rice has been swept away always. And they are also requesting that there must be a comprehensive study to understand the benefits of rice farming vis-a-vis fish farming, so that they can transform peacefully, and they are very prepared for that. Thank you very much. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable Ojit Peter. After him, if you are here and you've not spoken on State of the Nation address, and the heaven bears you truth, and you want to speak, I will give you opportunity. I will give opportunity to 5 people whose names are not here, and I've seen already. Yes.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this chance. I also want to join the colleagues in appreciating the President for the address he gave last time. And he spoke so many things about lifting the country by 2040. However, there are a number of challenges that we have down there on the ground, more especially on the side of education. I want to bring to the attention of Minister Peter Ogwang that down there, I am a teacher by training, but when you visit many of our primary schools, as we push for this universal primary education, the situation is not good. We have a shortage of infrastructure, the classrooms are very few, the teachers are very few. I was happy last time when you raised the issue of your budget that you have brought to the House. We are going to support you. But I also want to appeal you to consider my constituency in your plan of technical institutions, so that we give skills. You know, around the lake, people drop out very fast from schools. So I appeal your ministry to consider Pingre to be given a technical institution. To my senior,
what do you want to say in 1 minute? I gave you 2. You said down there. Nobody knows what down there means. Huh? Yes, conclude. Talk about up there. Yeah.
Thank you. To my senior minister, Dr. Chris, Pingire constituency is surrounded by water, and we are very fertile. We produce a lot. I appeal your ministry to consider Pingire County to be uplifted to health center for status, so that we have a doctor, we have scanning machine, so that women are not disturbed to travel a lot. That is my appeal to your office in your next considerations of health center force. Thank you very much. Please consider me very seriously.
Honorable Tete. Thank you. Honorable Minister, you're taking note, and I think we are going to begin with the health next week.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Tete Chelangat Evelyn, Member of Parliament, Bukwa District. Mr. Speaker, I stand to support the motion to thank His Excellency the President for his State of the Nation address. I want to thank him for two things. One, security. In Sebei, we had mass cattle rustling and killings, but as we talk, the President intervened and we have peace in Sebei. We thank God, though we have small pockets of theft. Then secondly, Mr. Speaker, sir, I want to thank His Excellency the President for the road in Sebei. We have Kapchorwa Swam Road to Kenya. I'm really very proud for that road. And I must thank my colleagues who were together in the 8th and 9th Parliament, including you. You did, Honorable the Deputy Prime Minister. Honorable Speaker, in Sebei we have two terrains. We have two terrains. We have the upper belt, which is mountainous, where the tarmac road passes. Then we also have the lower belt, which is the plains. It also has a road, which is the security road. It covers 4 districts: Kapchorwa, Kwen, Amudat, and Buko, this security road. And it passes through Chepsukuja, Kiriki, Kogoyeng, Town Council Riwo, Sub-County Riwo, Buko Sub-County, Capital Riwo, up to the border of Kenya. Government invested a lot of money to work on that road. And as we talk now, the road is not functional. My brother, the Deputy Prime Minister, can attest to it. He's the one who worked hard to make sure that road existed. The road is dead. It is a security road.
Honorable Cohen, Amanya, Champagne, Gara West.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I come here to praise the President for what he has done for the country. The Honorable Ministers will never forget when during COVID we were all in fear, but we managed it under the stewardship of former Health Minister. Ebola came, it's a gone. She's here and he's here also. Security, we are okay. Thank you, Minister. However, we need to look at key areas in terms of health. Can we have where a Ugandan walks into the hospital and he comes out when he has a smiling face? The mother, let us equip. I'm saying you are doing well, but let us equip our hospitals. Let us see that we revive the National Insurance Fund. For we as members of Parliament, we can afford to have insurance. We have mothers down there who cannot afford the health sector. Thank you. Also on the key issue on roads, can we work on those roads? The third issue and the last one, can we revive the economy of tea? Tea in my area is a vital plant. And I want to say this, the government is putting so much in coffee, in other sector. Let us revive an economy of tea, where one wakes up in the morning, the planter gets money, the farmer gets the money, government gets money, and everyone is happy at home. Honorable colleagues, let us fight corruption. And as members of Parliament, I can attest that out there, the members are happy with us and our Speaker. Let us guide, let us be together, let us fight. Uganda is ours. We will never have another Ugandan. We work together, we fail together because Uganda is one. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You see, that kind of debate, you can criticize and ask for more. You thank and you ask for more. Honorable Bioma Oswald Deus, is that not written well? You please allow me. You correct me if I'm wrong.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Say your name.
For the record, my name is Bioma Oswald Deus.
Member of Parliament, Maogola County. Yes, I want to thank the President for his speech on the nation. It was really very, very nice. But let me go to my county, Maogola County. I have 4 issues that I want to raise in this house. One, I want to thank government for having built us a state-of-art health center 4 at Matete. But it's completed. We don't have workers, no equipment, no drugs. Minister of Health should work on this. Another thing, I want to thank government too for having built us a water project, a big water project situated at Matete. But it has become a white elephant because the water is hardy and salty. We cannot use it either for drinking, neither for irrigation or cooking. Another thing is about, my area is a coffee area. And all our valley tanks are dry. What we are asking for is an excavator. If it's ready, I can even go with it tomorrow. We have fuel. Yes. Another thing is that we need a coffee road in our area. The President has been promising us this road from Sembabule to Mbirizi, Matete Chabakuza for the last 20 years to be tarmacked. I hope we are going to work on it. I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, and congratulate you over your elevation as the Speaker of this Parliament. I salute you, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Aguzibwe Aled Ronald, MP Bururi County, Masindi.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to join colleagues and appreciate the President for the wonderful State of the Nation address. However, I want to bring the following issues to the attention, mainly to the Ministry of Works and Transport. There is a historical road, that is the Rwenkunye Apache Lira Road. This road is so historical, and I think some 2 years ago they started working on the stretch from Rwenkunye to Apache up to Lira. The other part from Masindi to Rwenkunye was left out. I want to implore the Ministry of Works and Transport to equally consider the other stretch, the 34-kilometer stretch from Rwenkunye up to Masindi. Then we have the Luwero Nakaseke Masindi Road. The first part from Luwero to Talango has been worked upon. I want to equally request the Ministry to fast track the other part from Nakaseke via Kijunjubwa to Masindi. We also have the Mbrabuzo Bridge that connects Masindi to Kyankwanzi. Now, if you want to move from Masindi to Kyankwanzi, you have to go via Hoima, which is too long. I pray and request that this bridge is worked upon. And finally, Right Honorable Speaker, the district road network for Masindi is too huge. I want to request that we can have some reclassification of some district roads to national roads, including but not limited to the Pakani Nyakarongo Road, the Kijunjubwa Kitamba Road, Kiatiri Kitanyinumi Katagurukwa Road.
Honorable Dr. Florence Asimwe, Masindi District Woman MP.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. I wish to take this opportunity to congratulate you. Yes, we shook the mangoes, and you are one of the beneficiaries. Yes, I'm Dr. Asimwe Florence Akiki, Woman Member of Parliament, Masindi District. I wish to join my fellow colleagues to thank His Excellency the President on the State of the Nation address, where he highlighted the 4 enablers for this economy, that is the ATMs, agro-processing, tourism, mining, and science and technology. However, of recent, because I think of the Ukraine war, the fertilizers have gone up. I've just been informed that urea that was previously at 140,000 A kilo is now at 195,000. For the farmers, this is going to affect them very much, especially the sugarcane growers and others. And then I'm wondering, Right Honorable Speaker, in your district, Tororo, there is a mineral there. I don't know what happened to the investor. We are supposed to be producing fertilizers. So can the government tell us the state of that in factory? Can't we use this chance to have the balance of payments and get the dollars by having this factory producing the fertilizers as Ukraine and the USA continue with their fights?
Thank you. Right Honorable Prime Minister, you have a quick one on Sukuru? Anybody? She's referring to the Sukuru phosphates, the fertilizer factory there. As government thinks about who should, yes. Because the balance of payment she's talking about, yes, we would make a lot more money and make fertilizer cheaper if it's done here, yes.
Yes, Right Honourable Speaker, thank you, and I thank our colleague for raising this point. The use of fertilizers in our country is very, very, very low rate. And therefore, we should look at it as a strategic intervention to increase agricultural production. We were informed at our last cabinet meeting that there is an investor actually in the country who has started production of fertilizers. So I think what we can undertake now is to ensure that this intervention or these investments are assisted by the state so that as soon as possible there are adequate fertilizers across the country. But I think another honourable member raised the issue of extension workers, and I do hope that at some point our colleagues in agriculture will give a statement to the Parliament. My reading, even in my village, is that extension workers are either inadequate or they don't work. And given that largely our population is of peasants, if we do not advise them on how to be more productive, including by use of fertilizers, then it will take that long for us to reach our targets. So in summary, Right Honourable Speaker, fertilizers is a strategic need for our country, and the government is following up this matter. I believe in not a too distant future, the supply of fertilizers in the country will improve. I thank you.
Excellent. Honorable Didan Mubangizi.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. My name is Didan Mubangizi, the MP, Mwekora South constituency. Right Honourable Speaker, I stand to add my voice to colleagues and members in thanking the President for his precise and good guidance in his State of Nation address. But I would love to draw your attention, Right Honourable Speaker, to the point about wealth creation. Right Honourable Speaker, in my recent oversight role, I have actually found out that wealth creation through PDM in our villages has impacted hugely our constituents. Right Honourable Speaker, there are very many success stories in my constituency that has not been documented, and we want to thank the President for the well-thought program for Ugandans. Right Honourable Speaker, there are, however, challenges in this whole program. I've found out that some of the leaders actually are the ones letting the President and government down through corruption tendencies. I want to call upon all members of Parliament to go down and fight corruption. It doesn't matter whether you are the other side or this side. Development for our people does not know political boundary lines. Right Right Honorable Speaker, PDM also has another great challenge whereby you'll find that some of the parishes are actually bigger with big and many villages, hugely populated. I have an example of Karonga Parish in my constituency with 16 villages getting 100 million vis-a-vis other parishes like Chiriamenvu Parish getting 100 million. Actually, for them, they have given.
Yes, the issue of big parishes versus small one is a big issue. It's a big issue that I don't know which minister will, Prime Minister, you would be able to, because I think should be not really pro rata, but population based, the size based. And I think the president, government should guide so that people are even here. You want to conclude on that one?
As I conclude, Right Honorable Speaker, we, however, as a constituency, Wekora South has many other challenges. We are a home of the regional industrial hub. We accommodate many students. There is no power. There is no electricity. No good roads. We call upon government, as we thank them for the contribution they have made, we call upon government that these should actually be also enhanced, because we will not integrate ourselves in a money economy when actually our people cannot add a basic value to our produce. Let it be milk, let it be maize, let it be coffee. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Honorable Chitio Patrick, MP Kapchorwa Municipality, the land of champions.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I join the rest of my colleagues in congratulating the President upon his re-election and a pro-people speech that he delivered to us in Kololo. Mr. Speaker, sir, I come here to draw the attention of an incident that happened in Kapchorwa Central Market on 4th January 2024, where Central Market Kapchorwa was burnt to ground, leaving the merchandise of business people all destroyed and damaged. Mr. Speaker, sir, most of our people are low-income business operators, and they got loans from financial institutions and also PDM. Of recent, when I went home, many of them came to my house seeking for assistance from government, especially where most of them were not compensated. The occurrence is that other markets which got banned some time back, like Mbale Central Market, Lira Central Market, most of the affected persons were compensated. For the people of Kapchorwa, we are still counting on losses. And since the president encourages this term like no sleep, our people are trying their level best, but now the loan officers are on their case. PDM is on their case. We request government to come to the rescue of our people so that they start life afresh and then start repaying these loans. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Minister of Local Government. That is Honorable Namere.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable, today and yesterday we've had several fruitful engagements with the committees of local government and public service as well as PAC. One of the issues that was at the fore concerns of the members was the parish development model. Today's committee, we came with we came with the head of the PDM Secretariat, and I want to assure the members of Parliament, the honorable members, that we are doing a lot of useful sampling in our Expose the Corrupt and Clean Up Local Government campaign. However, Right Honorable, it's very pertinent for the members of parliament to understand that you actually have the power to put PDM right in your constituencies. Recently, when I was in Bodaka, by the time I left, the members of parliament told me, oh, we can actually do things without you. They understood where their power lies, especially in terms of PDM. However, Right Honourable, I don't want to preempt the reports of the committees. One of the suggestions was the members of parliament are given at least 3 weeks to a month so that we all go home and do thorough monitoring of the PDM. We have new guidelines, Honourable, Right Honourable Speaker, we have new guidelines that have been more simplified that are going to be officially laid out by the President. That should be next week. We are concluding them tomorrow with the Right Honourable Prime Minister.
You want to say something about the burnt market?
Right Honourable, we have a budget for 22 new markets. I could get in touch with the Senior Minister and the Honourable Member, and we push for one of them to be that market. Thank you, Right Honourable.
I think for Kapshora was more of compensation, but Honourable Member, you cannot exhaust it all in when you look at Honourable Namere, isn't she a person you can easily approach? Yeah. Okay. And you sort out these matters. So, Honourable Kazora, Ruhin, the South.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I congratulate you upon being on that chair. Even on that day, I was the one who was lifting you up to the podium. Right Honourable Speaker, I want to associate with other members to applaud the President for fighting corruption hard, even for taking health care system very seriously. But on corruption issues, I was amazed when Minister Balamu visited in Mitoma. It is high time that we should walk the talk. For the last 40 years, our dear presidents have been talking about corruption, but when Minister Balamu visited Mitoma, I was so surprised that even Mitoma is rotten from all sectors. People were getting money from unemployed people, and people came and confessed. You can imagine taking 19 million for someone who has just finished school and is not given even a job, and the suspects, they are just there and nobody are touching them. Two, Right Honourable Speaker, President Museveni has been emphasizing about security. But in Mitoma,
you are giving yourself 1 minute? Okay. 1 minute for him to conclude, since he comes from where the Deputy Speaker comes from.
Thank you. Right Honourable Speaker, we have registered 12 murder cases in Mitoma for the last 20 years. 12 murder cases. And for prominent people, one for Jackson Kajinda, the chairperson LC3 Mutara Sub-County, he was murdered, cold blood, up to date. People have never been arrested. Bweshare, a businessman, has a big hotel in Mbarara, was murdered, cold blood, up to date. There is Kaguma, was murdered, shoot on gunpoint, up to date. Of recently, one businessman was a contractor with the government. He was murdered just 2 weeks ago in Mitoma, called Nicholas. And we are playing, even the people in Mitoma, they are playing that this time, let the case be heard in Mitoma so that maybe people can realize that this government, at least one people can be prosecuted. And we pray that even other cases that were not followed should be followed because all records are there. I thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Kumu Gabriel.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I would like to congratulate the President for the State of the Nation address, which was well aligned to Vision 2040, National Development Plan 4, the NRM Manifesto, and the 10-fold growth strategy. Particularly, Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to thank the President for the Goli Nebi Road, which the Minister ably in this Parliament committed that will be worked on in this financial year. Though during the campaign, the President had committed that they would work for the road from Nebi up to Zombo. But the 16 kilometers, we appreciate it, and I call upon all the stakeholders to support government for the 16 kilometers. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, in 2021, before 2021 presidential elections, there were administrative centers which were gazetted. The case in Zombo, there was Padea Town Council and War Sub-Town Council. But to date, the government financial systems hasn't coded or captured these administrative centers. Therefore, they are not receiving grants from the government. I would like government at least to have a say on that. In addition to that, Right Honorable Speaker, in order for socio-economic transformation of this country, the key enablers are there: health sector, education, peace and security, among others. But in Zombo, most of the sub-counties don't have health center.
The Minister of Health, you've heard, you are going to give an overview. Thank you, Honorable. Honorable Aaron Tony, MP Kwania County.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am Tony Aaron, Member of Parliament, Kwania County, for records. I rise on a motion moved by the Right Honorable Prime Minister on the State of Nation Address by our dear President. Mr. Speaker, a lot of issues were raised, and I want to pick on only one because of time, and that is on road infrastructure. The President gave us brief, and he told us significant progress made on road across the country, and we discovered that he deserves to be congratulated. However, Mr. Speaker, as you also are aware, and members here, this has been one of the biggest challenges we have in the country, and as you are aware that the government has been allocating money to each district 1 billion shillings. I rise up to say that the next phase of action should be on the use of low-cost technologies so that our community access roads can be upgraded and strengthening the use and then the maintenance of these roads. When you look at all access roads across the country, it is not in good state. And when you look at even district roads, out of that 1 billion shillings given, there are this.
By the way, it's doing, you'll do excellently. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I also thank the President for his address during the State of the Nation. Right Honorable Speaker, the President touched on a lot of important issues of the economy. When the President spoke, he was actually encouraging Ugandans to work even harder than before. The President was assuring Ugandans of steady progress across the country. Right Honorable Speaker, I'll limit myself to only thanking the President. As a Patch district, we want to thank President Museveni for tamaking Rwenkunye, Masindi Port, Apache Road through Kwania up to Lira. We thank him for that. We also want to thank the President for notable seed schools in the district, like Arocha, Maruzi Seed School, Apache Seed School, Agulu is underway. We thank the President for that. We also thank the President for a number of health centers 2 to 3 that were elevated, like in Aganga, Kirilani, and the rest. We thank the President for that. We also thank the President for the ambulance. Government Chief Whip, we called you, we talked to you, you listened to us. That was your work. Thank you very much for listening to our cries. Right Honourable Speaker, we want to thank the President and government.
Thank you. You've thanked the President. If I were him, I would add you more. Honourable Achia Kathy, because she's doing excellent work. In politics, we also need to be appreciated. You just feel it. The President is a human being leading a government. He needs to be appreciated where he has done well. And that is what she did throughout. Not that she doesn't have needs. So if I were the President, whom I know is listening, he will call you and ask you, what else do you want? Honourable Chair.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Allow me to thank the President of Uganda, His Excellency, for the love of his country and his people. We love him so much, as Kabong people love him for the work he has done so far. And however, I have one concern on Kobebe Bridge, Right Honourable Speaker. The bridge is actually falling down. It's breaking down any time from now. And this bridge is connecting us with Karenga. And from the other side of Lolelia still, the bridge is off. So if they all break down, we cannot access Karenga district as a neighboring district. This bridge, at one point in last month, June, one of the cars got an accident, like 2 cars got an accident and they got burnt. And these cars, one of them were for the field workers who had gone there for field work. And as they were returning back, they failed to negotiate and they entered into a strange, which because of the bridge. I even have the pictures and everything to show that the bridge is really doing badly. We cannot access our neighbors. Thank you. My prayer is to request the Ministry of Works to please help us to plan or allocate some budget for this bridge. And in the district, as we talk, we have so many small bridges that cannot connect us to other sub-counties when it rains. So I call upon the ministry to come.
Honourable Paula Turiakhayo, District Woman MP, Rukunjiri.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I would also like to congratulate you and also my colleagues for making it back to the 12th Parliament. Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to add my voice to my colleagues in thanking the President for the precise and focused State of the Nation address. Right Honourable Speaker, I would like to thank the President for his focus on the PDM and agriculture. I represent a district which is predominantly agriculture. But these two programs cannot thrive well without a supportive infrastructure. Right Honourable Speaker, the roads are bad. The access roads are wanting. Right Honourable Speaker, we have road units which have served the district now for over 10 years, and they are in a very sorry state. So my humble request, Right Honorable Speaker, is that the Ministry of Works adds us more road units. Right Honorable Speaker, Rukunjiri District, especially Bugambara Sub-County, borders the Queen Elizabeth National Park. People there have suffered with attacks from animals, wild animals, destroying their crops, properties, and lives. So, Right Honorable Speaker, my request to the Ministry of Tourism is to ensure that they fence this particular place so that the people can enjoy the benefits from agriculture and even tourism, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I still have parts of my district which are water stressed.
Thank you. Honorable Patrick Ongom, MP Route North.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. For the records, my name is Patrick Ongom. Back in the roof, they like calling me a reggae. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to add my voice in seconding the motion on the floor. I was particularly very impressed listening to the speech by the President. It kept me at the edge of the seat. I can't wait to listen to the next speech from the President. I was impressed by the figures, the statistics, especially on page 17, where we draw the country from historical perspective, the dire state the country was in. The President brings the country at the present level with the progressive statistics of how Uganda is moving on. He moves ahead to set targets of how we want the nation to be, giving us what to do. To me, it was measuring what we should not be doing now, comparing from the past and the present. To me, I see that as a sense of direction. Mr. Speaker, however, when I see those statistics and compare with my constituency to bring the Route North to the shape of the nation, we need to have some of the enablers brought to the national standard. For example, roads, Mr. Speaker. As an historical district of Lera District, we have very old road equipment that break down from time to time, and we don't do our roads in real time. It's my prayer, therefore, Mr. Speaker, that the Ministry of Works considers giving these historical districts with old equipment, new equipment, to facilitate this, and road being a key enabler in seeing the country forward. Mr. Speaker, I also want to point on the area of education. Uganda is progressing.
Thank you. I really love it when members are very meticulous and they refer to page 17 and they, that is, that's, you have a future. Keep building. Honorable Bakashaba Christopher. You say it's not easy, somebody to bring it out like that. So, I want to encourage you. So.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Bakashaba Christopher, representing the people of Mbarara City North. Thank you once again, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I want to take this opportunity to join my colleagues to thank the President and appreciate him what he has done. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the President the way how he has handled the security. From west, east, north, we are moving comfortably. I thank him for that. Even the people of this side, they also appreciate. But, Mr. Speaker, we have a problem as a nation, especially on health. My area where I come from, it is a city, but Honorable Minister, there is a place called Charwa Uganda and in Harwe. We have 2 health center force, but we don't have scanners, Mr. Speaker, as I'm addressing through you. Good enough, Honorable Minister is here. Kindly think about us. We need those machines. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you very well. Thank you very much. I mean, this is the only opportunity you have to speak into the state of the nation, and I have 3 members left, and I will ask the ministers, a few members. We also have members who are online, and Honorable John Bagoli, you are not speaking on state of the nation. But small issues with the Honorable Namere, I thought you would find another place, but to sort it out. Here we are for some big issues. Huh?
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, Honorable Namere is a good minister and she has a lot of energy. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to remind her about an issue. Mr. Speaker, I never wanted to be very selfish because I'm seated next to her. I had even the time to go and ask her so that she can explain to me alone, but I wanted the whole House to benefit from it. There was an issue which was raised, and she was supposed to help us with a very beautiful answer. I represent a rural constituency, and the biggest challenge I have with the PDM is that some of my parishes are so big. And it was an issue which was raised, and she was supposed to give us a direction. Small parishes vis-a-vis big ones, and the issue of PDM. So I request you, Honorable Speaker, to give her time again to come and give us a direction on how we are supposed to handle it.
I know you want to hear the voice of Honorable Namere. Please,
most obliged, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Come. Okay. What are the plans of government to strike the balance on numbers vis-a-vis,
Right Honourable Speaker and Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, one of the issues that we're going to discuss tomorrow in the meeting that I earlier mentioned, Right Honourable, is the issue of parishes that are really big with alarming populations, but they are still subjected to the same 100 million. The President promised during the campaigns to look into this matter, and we thank him because he has been very keen on following up this reform. He gave us an assignment to work with the Right Honourable Prime Minister. It's one of the things we are going to conclude tomorrow, communicate to Cabinet officially on Monday, and then we should be able to have an answer for the House in due course, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
So Honourable Namere in the House is very calm and soft, and when she gets out to fight corruption, she puts on another thing. We are very happy with you. Honourable Ayo Joyce, after saying I'm concluding, some people write, why are you leading me into temptation? Yeah. Honourable Ayo Joyce.
Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker. For the purpose of records, my name is Ayo Joyce Makamoy, Woman Member of Parliament representing Abim District. I would love to also take this opportunity to thank His Excellency for the State of Nations address that he passed to us. I would also love to take the opportunity of thanking the President for giving us relief food with the people of Karamoja. Abim District is happy and we request for more because most of them have not received. I also take this opportunity to request the Minister for Health, please, Honourable, I request you kindly, if you could take some time and visit Abim Hospital. It is in a very, very bad state and we request for your attention. We also request you to visit Nyakwa Health Center 3. It is an Health Center 3, but it doesn't reach to the standards of the Health Center 3. In the entire district, we have only one ambulance, which works within 16 sub-counties and town councils. So only one parish, one ambulance cannot serve the entire district. We also request Minister for Roads to put attention to the roads in Abim, mostly the road that leads to Abim. Abim has been district for over 20 years and we do not even have a single tarmac. I also request Minister for Education. We have schools in Abim that are not to the standards. I also request that we pay a visit to Nyakwai Primary School. Pupils sleep in classrooms. During daytime, it is a classroom. Then at night, it is a dormitory. We request you to pay a visit and give some attention to these problems. Thank you so much.
Honorable Nyeko Johnson Kezekia. Oh, Kezekiah. You see, some of these old names were given. We have to continue shining them. You must be, the second is Kezekiah in this parliament.
Thank you so much, the Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank God for putting you there, and you are welcome back from representing us in Malawi. Yesterday, the House battled a lot with the ways to make the tenfold growth succeed, because everyone is lacking power. With that lack of power, there's a threat to the tenfold growth. I would like to thank the government for giving free licenses for anyone who want to go into off-grid up to 2 megawatts. But, Honorable Speaker, the Right Honorable Speaker, to attract foreign investment, I would like to request the government to push it up to 10 megawatts or 20 megawatts. That will easily attract foreign investment. And all the problems of power we have been hearing from all over the country will be solved. I'm speaking with the first-hand information because I'm in touch with foreign investors, and just last week. Honorable Speaker, and also to make this happen, the tenfold growth, we need education. We have a lot of wind these days, very powerful wind, especially in Lamoa. The other week,
Honorable Mukaye Miriam, woman MP of Mbale.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I want to rise on an issue that is affecting my district of Mbale, and that is the schools. Mbale district has 17 sub-counties, 90 parishes, and it has some sub-counties that are hard to reach. We have 5 sub-counties that do not have primary schools. Out of the 90 sub-counties, only 72 parishes have the primary schools, and 19 do not have, and yet they are hard to reach. We have 2 sub-counties, that is Busiu and Jewa, that do not have secondary schools. I arise to urge government that a place like Mbale that has places that are hard to reach, where children move long distances to access school, it is hard to convince children to be retained in school. And if you also look at the terrain and the weather that is in our school, it has been hard for the people of Mbale to convince some of the children to be in school until they complete. I'm urging government, Honorable Minister, look at Mbale as a district that really requires urgent attention. Sub-counties like Budwale, Bubyangu, Busano, Bumbobi, there are schools that children are struggling to reach, and in the end, they end up getting married, and that's why it is affecting the development
of our district. I want to urge you, Honorable Minister, that if there is any need, you come to Mbala and I take you to...
Soroti Teaching Hospital is related to... Isn't that where you come from? What's the problem? Honorable Sorot County, they say that you have to respond.
Not to respond, Right Honorable Speaker.
No, you say it and the response.
Okay.
Minister of Health, briefly. Prime Minister.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
We close. You, what will you have to say? Your people have said. Okay.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. It is a matter always on the floor. The issue of Soroti Referral Hospital has been raised. CT scans failing, dilapidated buildings, and congestion in the wards. But we are lucky, and we want to thank government so much for Soroti University, which is a science university. And the university has offered 70 acres of land for the teaching hospital to be constructed. The architectural designs have already been drawn. The approvals with the Ministry of Education have already been done. And this one, I am just bringing it to our Minister of Health to fast track, because according to the university, everything is in place. It is just waiting from Ministry of Health to exactly either approve or give them a go-ahead. And also, as government had planned for money for the construction of the new teaching hospital, which would resolve all the issues arising from Soroti Regional Referral Hospital, Right Honorable Speaker. So therefore, my prayer was, since the Minister is here, he would go on record and confirm and also give guidance so that we follow up and ensure that this issue is put to bed. I beg to submit.
Lop, then Minister of Education, Minister of Health, and then the Prime Minister will conclude, and we call it a day. We've earned our living, pay today. So we go out. Yeah. We've been called to work. Lop.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Work.
Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to contextualize the debate more so when it comes to the parish development model. We did some analysis on its impact and its implementation. I think what the minister needs to understand that the mode of PDM, there are some parishes like Nikazo, which one parish when he has 1,800 people, and there is a parish in Kasubi here in Kampala which has 90,000 people. In Mayuge, a parish with 50,000. The net effect of that is that in the period of 5 years, you can distribute that money and everybody in a parish receives money. Whereas in a parish where there are 80,000, 90,000 people, they will never see the impact of PDM. Whereas the minister makes a commitment that you see their efforts to review. I think what we needed to request to the Honorable Speaker as a House, that before the guidelines are implemented this time around, we have the opportunity to, maybe they are laid, so that if they have any critique we have to make, so that there's an equitable distribution of this money. Actually, it is made, any input is at that point. Because we don't want to come in from a point of complaining that there's no equity. Because at the end of the day, for PDM to be executed, the ministry must come with a budget to this house. Money is appropriated in this house. And they don't know what I'm saying, that money is from the house. No, what I'm saying is that whatever money to be spent must come from the constituted fund.
You want to receive information from defense?
Look, you already appropriated the money. We have it on the old rules. So we are making them better. But you can't say that we'll come back to appropriate. But we can come back and share with you what are part of all these views that we are talking about here. That's where it is coming from. President's campaign period, he picked up. His tours, he picked up.
the conversations here in the House are picked up. And now that's what Honorable Namere was saying. We are going to discuss them, then come back and start implementing. But we are not appropriating again.
Okay. So, Defense, you are up.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The appropriation does not stop in this House. There will be supplementary that will be coming. But the point we are making is that there must be equity. And it does no harm for us to know what they are doing, because at least the program has been embraced in most of the places because of this impact on the people. And the way it is implemented now, it may end up enriching people from one area if you don't pay keen attention to this. I
think the point you've made is about equity, that would take, others are recycling, others they can't. That's a good point. And in so saying, you are enriching the minutes of local government and government to make, as just the Honorable KK said, yes, Honorable, before you come, he has one. People are being killed in Mitoma, and you are here just watching.
You're right, Honorable Speaker. I have actually just had a chat with the Honorable Member, and I've asked him to share with me the details. We shall find out. In Uganda here, we shall account for everyone. If a person has been killed, we have the capacity, and we shall use every capacity to determine who did it and bring them to book. So for us here in Uganda, we cannot allow to fail to account for anyone. It may take us some time, but we will eventually account. So, Right Honourable Speaker, I'm going to continue my conversation with the Honourable Member, and you will hear the results.
I trust you. Honourable Minister of Education.
Right Honourable Speaker, permit me say this because me and you have been here a bit longer. For starters, finally, I feel now we are proud as members of Parliament that you can read the Hansard with the content deserve that members of Parliament debate issues. And I think let's clap for ourselves. The fundamental question which has been here, by then when we were coming in, we used to go to the library to look at the answers of the debate then and carry out research. But me and you again know it very well, where we went well and where we went wrong. And I'm happy, colleagues, you've been candid that some people have a bright future. To the questions, I want to thank of all members who have made comments today and raised issues. There's only one who has thanked us, and that's Honorable Engola, the woman MP of Apache. Honorable Engola, I take note of the appreciation you have given to the Ministry of Education and Sports on what we have done across the country. Friends, allow me to say the following. All the requests coming in here are in line with seed schools, primary schools, and the reason why there was a moratorium on the creation of a new administrative units. For the record, Right Honourable Speaker, we have about 10,716 parishes in Uganda. The government, under the Ministry of Education and Sports, has so far constructed 7,123 primary schools across the country out of the 10,000. We haven't made progress on 3,484. Why? It's because if I also give you additional information, as government, we have 12,554 government-aided primary schools across the country. Now you can see, in terms of the planning, that we have more primary schools than the number of parishes we have. But what was the problem then? The policy as of today, it's specific. A parish, a primary school. But by then, we were able to put up these primary schools, maybe based on some of the arguments which are coming like PDM. But as of now, I want to confirm to you colleagues, we are working to addressing the fulfillment of the manifesto of having a primary school per parish. No wonder we're insisting that let's not open up asking for more parishes, more sub-counties, when we have not completed those which are already within our planning and budgeting cycle. The question of primary schools, honorable colleagues, I once said this. Yesterday I made a comment here. We had planned to code about 300 primary schools. But the budget we were given as the Minister of Education and Sports could not allow us even to begin with the one. And I'm happy. The pain is amongst all of us. And right, Honourable Speaker, it's important fundamentally that we address the question of the human capital development. And I'm happy my colleague of health will also come and talk about the health sector. That for purpose of education, if you want to fail a country, deny them access to education. And it's important even the planners in finance get to understand. As of now, actually our first request for purposes of actualizing compulsory UPE, compulsory USE is 309 billion. Because, right, Honourable Speaker, you were in cabinet when my senior minister submitted a paper on the need, which cabinet approved, for us to have free compulsory primary, free compulsory secondary, which addresses all the demands of having all those 3,486 primary schools built. But the challenge is the finance resource envelope which we are having. The other one is on the need for seed schools. Let me also tell the country that as of today, we have, as government, we have 2,190 sub-counties. As the Minister of Education and Sports, we have 1,286 schools or government-aided schools across the country. We do not have 904 sub-counties without seed schools, as far as our records of the Ministry of Education are concerned. Now what we are working on is entirely to work with the World Bank to earmark under UGIFT 2, because now we have asked Ministry of Finance to ask for us to look at UGIFT 2 to ask for additional about 200 schools. We should be able to come in and we move forward in terms of addressing that. The reason why I'm concentrating this, these questions are now like it's like a daily bread. Whenever I'm here, there's a matter of what? Of seed schools coming up. The other thing which I want again to say here, right, Honourable Speaker, is the request by colleagues for me or for us to visit your areas to look at some of the dire needs of our sector. Fast forward, I did say again here, a few days ago, that we send quite substantial amount of money, about 3 trillion is what we send to the district local governments. Out of the 3 trillion, right, Honourable Speaker, I committed, and tomorrow I'm going to forward to your office what is this 3 trillion doing in as far as district local government. I am sending so that all honourable members of parliament get this data per district so that you go and cross-check. For instance, let's talk about primary education. Where is the problem today? Despite us not having these primary schools, let's talk about the existing. You talk about dilapidated structures. Are you aware that we send some money for renovations of those dilapidated structures? We do. How many of us have moved to our own district local governments to ask for how much money has come? I gave my example of my own constituency, my own district, where a renovation of a classroom had been earmarked to be more expensive than construction of a new one. So I want to challenge us here that we will come. Then the other one is a policy matter. As a Minister of Education and Sports, I want to be honest. If it is a UPE school boarding, I might come and close it. Because I think it is either Bim or Mbale. You're telling me to come, the school is in a certain state, a primary, if it is UPE, I am actually coming with you to close it. Because the policy is very clear, we are not encouraging you to go into a boarding primary under UPE. No. And also the standards for boarding are clearly defined by my ministry. We put it to you. If you have not followed those guidelines, I will close it. So I want to again send a message to the rest of the country. You have been seeing school fires coming up here. What is the cause? Some of them, when we investigate, are congestions. Some of them put children in classrooms which don't qualify to be dormitories. So here we are. We have to be firm in some of those areas. Now, I come to my brother from Pingire on a technical. I again go back. The focus now is a district technical institute per district. And for Serere, our focus is on Olio Polytechnic. We don't want to say we are going to go to constituencies. No. For now, there are districts in the country which do not have technical institutes, and our focus is now to get to first have a district per technical institute. That's the planning. The other brother of mine from Kongasis talked about a school which is in Kongasis. I want to invite you to come to the Ministry, Honorable, so that we can have this matter discussed and we follow it up clearly. The other one, which is the last, is a question of from Gulu Aswa. PLOE. Let me now again speak this to all of us. There are four stakeholders in as far as education is concerned, and particularly if I talk about primary. Let's talk about the teachers, let's talk about the parents, let's talk about the government, and let's talk about the pupil. If I'm to address myself to the government, are we not sending capitation grant? We are doing. Are we not sending teachers? Have we not increased teachers' salaries? We are doing. Aren't we not doing, sending in additional resources for monitoring of these schools? We are doing. Where is the problem? It's important that all of us, the stakeholders, get to understand you and me have a role. As I'm going constraints, sub-county per sub-county, parish per parish, mobilizing parents to embrace education, it's important. Teachers, you also talk to our teachers in those that your respective constituencies. Because in terms of supervision, I have even introduced an IT system which should be able to monitor whether these teachers are in classrooms, whether they are teaching. All these are there. But honorable colleagues, you have a role. I have a role. I call upon all of us, for us to have this UPE, this PLOE, performance go greater. It's important we address the four stakeholders. And in my considered opinion, the four stakeholders approach will solve the problem of PLOE. But also, let's appreciate, if Pader is doing well, why is Gulu not doing well? Sometimes we must check on the neighbors, and it will help. So for me, I want to thank all of you, and on behalf of Mama, I reiterate that we are committed in providing quality education for our people in Uganda, and I know with your support we'll achieve this. Thank you so much, Right Honourable Speaker.
And the Honourable Minister, we shall be glad that you provide this Parliament when we are debating, some of these responses. I know that you are going to put them in writing, and then we give to members. And if they have anything, we shall dedicate a day, maybe 1 hour or so, just education. Those are services. Minister of Health, the same will be. The giant Minister of Health. Hear him.
Yes, the Minister of Health is also a giant ministry, and has been for 10 years led by a giant chief whip. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker and honourable members. I also add my voice to appreciate the President for his State of the Nation address, which, among other things, highlighted issues of health. And I would like to thank the honorable members for the various issues they have raised in the debate concerning matters of health, starting with the leader of opposition, who raised a range of issues, and then all the colleagues who have spoken. And I just want to give assurance to the House that we have captured the issues, and we shall be preparing a comprehensive report on health and health care, attending to the various concerns which have been raised by the honorable members. But permit me to just preface that comprehensive report with a few comments. I may not be specific in terms of responding to what each and every member has raised, but I will speak in the general terms, and then the bigger report will be coming soon. And the concerns raised help us as the Ministry of Health in shaping the strategies and interventions which we shall continue to put in place in order to ensure that Ugandans have access to good health care. Just a few comments. One, let me say that there has been a lot of improvement in terms of providing health care to Ugandans over the years. And we thank the NRM government for the investment it has continued to make in health. And there are ways that we use to measure improvement in health. We can even use naked eye examination to look at health centers which have been constructed or rehabilitated and the services which are provided. But also we carry out studies, impact studies, to see whether the interventions which we are putting in place are having impact. And of course, that impact is contributed to by interventions in health, but also there are what we call determinants of health. When we construct roads, when we provide safe water and address sanitation, when there is electricity, all these contribute towards better health for Ugandans. If I can just quote some few indicators, Right Honorable Speaker. The life expectancy at birth, which measures the quality of life, that given the prevailing circumstances, if I give birth to a child, to an infant, how long is this infant likely to live, given the conditions? When the NRM government came to power, because of HIV and AIDS and other factors, this life expectancy had fallen to as low as 43 years. But this has phenomenally raised now to 68 years. And scholars, you can check how many countries are able to turn around the situation and increase life expectancy in a short period of time. If you look at infant mortality rate, those are the infants or the children who are born alive but do not live to celebrate their first birthday. This has dropped from the last 30, 40 years from 122 deaths per 1,000 live births to now 36 and coming down. I'm just giving a few examples. These are indicators we use to show that there are improvements in health. If you use an indicator like HIV prevalence, at one point Uganda was one of the countries with a very high prevalence rate of HIV. It was recorded as high as 18.5% in the general population and 30.5% among pregnant women. But in the general population, this has reduced now to 5.9%. I recently got a report. And Uganda is one of the countries that have been able to bring down prevalence of HIV. If I use another example, the last indicator I can use, maternal mortality ratio, which is a measure of women who die as a result of pregnancy and childbirth-related complications. When President Yoweri Museveni came to power, this figure was high. We were losing very many women. We usually measure it in terms of the deaths per 100,000 live births, the statistic. But in 86, thereabout, it was around 700 deaths per 100,000 live births. When we started measuring using what we call the demographic and health surveys, these are population-based surveys, in 1995, the figure had reduced to 506. And every 5 years, we measure through those surveys, and it has gone down as follows. From 506, it declined to 505, it declined to 435, then there was a slight increase to 438, but it was because there was a change of methodology in calculating it. Then it fell to 336, now it is at 189 deaths per 100,000 live births. Next year we are carrying out another demographic and health survey to see how it has come down. So from 700 to 189, still high, but showing progress in terms of decline of women who die because of pregnancy and childbirth related complications. So these are just examples of indicators which show that the money we pass here in Parliament, the programs we draw as government, show that there is impact and the quality of life of Ugandans continues to improve. The Honorable Gwashande raised a very important point, that the population growth in Uganda is high. And this has implications in terms of the budgets, in terms of, for instance, how many doctors and health workers do we need, how much should we appropriate for medicines as the population increases. Actually, scholars say that the population growth should have a mathematical relationship with economic growth. The economy should grow at least 3 times higher than the population growth for that population growth to be sustainable. That means today our population growth is not sustainable because the economic growth is not 3 times the population growth. We grow at 3.2% per annum in terms of population growth. And we shall be rallying and mobilizing members of Parliament to work with us in the Ministry of Health to promote technologies like contraceptives, family planning, and other measures that we have. Having said that, Right Honourable Speaker, the disease burden in Uganda is characterized by communicable diseases. These are diseases which can be transmitted from one person to another: malaria, diarrhea, TB, Ebola, and all of these. But also we see an epidemic and increasing trend of non-communicable diseases, which sometimes we call lifestyle diseases: cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, and the other conditions. But also we have prevalence of what we call neglected tropical diseases. Diseases like leprosy, diseases like onchocerciasis, this is river blindness, diseases like elephantiasis. You see, like in Kamwenge district, we have a peculiar kind of elephantiasis, which is a non-filarial elephantiasis, because the common elephantiasis is caused by filarial worms, but the one in Kamwenge is caused by soils. They have particular soils which have some minerals, especially silicon. When you get in touch, especially the feet, with those minerals, you develop you react. So there are those rare conditions which are also prevalent. Now, our strategy as a government is to focus, one, on disease prevention and control, as well as health promotion, because up to 75% of the diseases which afflict our population are preventable. And we shall be, in these 5 years, engaging you members of Parliament and other leaders for all of us to be active in educating the public, because most of the illnesses can be prevented, whether communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases, and all these diseases I have talked about. But also, people fall sick. Even if we heighten the messages, there will be those who will fall sick. And therefore, we talk of the health facilities. And I think many of the concerns and the questions have been to do with the health facilities. Because we must have health facilities to address curative, rehabilitative, and palliative services so that those who fall sick can be attended to. The structure of our system is that in the public structure we have the national referral hospitals like Mulago, Butabika, Naguru. Then we have the regional referral hospitals. Then we have the district hospitals. But when the districts became many, you find many of those districts serve more than one district. We now refer them as general hospitals because they serve in many cases more than one district. Then we have health center 4s at county or constituency level, and then health center 3s at sub-county. We had also begun constructing health center 2s at the parish, but that was put at a halt, so that we first functionalize the upper health facilities before we get back to health center 2s. So over the years, government has been constructing these facilities, but we still have gaps, which the honorable members have been raising. For instance, the policy is that every sub-county should have a health center 3s, but we have up to 488 sub-counties in the country without a health center 3. And those sub-counties are represented by the members here.
And do you know where the speaker comes from? 4 of them don't.
4 of them. You see?
I don't know when I will have to speak for that. Those 4.
I have taken note, right, Honorable. We have 125 constituencies without health center 4s. We have, I think, a gap of 38 district hospitals. And I think we also have a gap of like 3 or 4 regional referral hospitals. And we have plans to construct and address all these gaps. For instance, my brother from Soroti was raising the issue of Soroti Regional Referral Hospital. Some of the facilities which we have are old and dilapidated, and there has been a program to rehabilitate a number of these facilities, and we shall have time. My sister from Abim was talking about Abim Hospital. I will visit, I will come, but also we shall ensure that it is rehabilitated. So we are rehabilitating a number of hospitals which are in dire shape. As resources become available, we shall definitely reach everywhere. In the case of Soroti, I want to agree with the Honorable Member of Parliament that the university has donated 70 acres of land to government. And our intention, our plans now, we want to build a new hospital on that land, which will be the regional referral hospital for the area. And the existing Soroti Regional Referral Hospital will be rehabilitated. Rehabilitation is going on, and then it will serve as the hospital for the city. And the ministry, together with the Minister of Finance, we are negotiating for financing with the Badea and Japanese government. We can have a bilateral discussion. We are securing resources to start on the construction of the new hospital and many others. But we shall have comprehensive responses in the statement which will come. So there are issues, many, which have been raised. I just want to say in generality that we have total commitment as the Ministry of Health. We are going to address all these concerns. There are issues to do with upgrading health facilities. Like, say, there are districts without hospitals, there are constituencies without health center 4s, there are sub-counties, like I've said, without health center 3s. There is a project which we are designing. We are now concluding discussions with the financiers, the Minister of Finance. Component one component of that project will be to upgrade health facilities. And we shall come here. We shall be rational. And that's why I've said we have captured your concerns, and we shall try to the best extent possible upgrade some of these health facilities, like where you have no hospital. But also the Ministry of Health has taken a decision, because it might take us long to build the 38 district hospitals. We are going to upgrade all health center fours to community hospitals.
That's right.
Community hospitals in a phased manner. But there are areas like Namisindra, which is
on the hill.
The woman MP said she's in love with the speaker. And that love should translate into a hospital.
I hope you will not deny her the hospital because
No. That is the very reason why she should appear number one on the list of privatization. We have districts like Ruchiga district without a hospital. So we have all these, and once we start implementing the project.
I was in Chibuku the other Sunday for the priests, whatever, and they accosted me that I should inform you. They don't have a hospital.
A hospital, yes.
Chibuku, Budaka, and they are along the main road. I know you have better plans. You will come and tell us maybe on Tuesday.
I was also in Tororo some time back.
Yes.
And I was also being
Refaro.
I don't want to be harassed, but reminded that Tororo Hospital should be upgraded to regional referral.
It's the only region which among the 10 first.
So I am also communicating that Tororo Hospital is on our list.
Don't excite the speaker.
To upgrade.
He might adjourn the house.
So finally, as I conclude, there have been concerns regarding availability of medicines and other supplies, the issues of staffing. Yesterday I did talk here in Parliament that Cabinet directed me to prepare a comprehensive report to Cabinet on health resources, the human resource for health workers. For instance, we have now come up with a new structure, like the health center fours have been having a provision for 2 medical doctors. We have now increased it to 4 doctors in the health center 4, as we upgrade them to a community hospital. You have raised concerns of x-rays and equipment not being functional. We have captured all these. You raised the issue of, I think the Member of Parliament for Igara West, the issue of health insurance. I will be coming here with proposals on introducing health insurance in this country. You have raised issues of ambulances. Yes, our policy as a ministry is to have an ambulance per constituency. And in the current budget, this financial year, I think we shall be able to purchase procure up to 50 ambulances, and we shall be rational in distributing them, but the subsequent years. But also I am negotiating with some company, the ministry is negotiating with some company which is like agreeing to supply us with ambulances in big numbers, and then we can program to pay them over the years. So, because it becomes an issue when we say 50, the question is now which constituencies shall receive the 50. So we are having those discussions. And lastly, Right Honourable Speaker, one of the issues we are addressing as the Ministry of Health is to reverse the medical tourism, the direction of medical tourism, because many Ugandans fly to India, to Turkey, South Africa, to Nairobi for medical treatment. And we have asked we've asked ourselves the question in the Ministry of Health, what is it that is in Turkey, in India, in Nairobi, in South Africa, that cannot be here in Uganda? And I have tasked the technical team in the ministry to tell us what do we need and how much does it cost? Why can't Uganda become the Turkey, the India? And we shall be coming to the House with the proposals And we want to request you that we work together so that we improve the provision of health care in this country, and we have the commitment. I thank you very much.
Thank you. And actually, I'm told some who go for medical tourism, not only for medical treatment, including checkup, some people, Ugandans, who are not in this house, don't even trust Mulago for medical comprehensive. You go to Mulago, you go to Mboya, that there's some other military hospital there. I think the Minister of Defense knows about that. And they are very comprehensive. And some of us, when we go to some of these facilities, you can come here. Others can't come here. But the same machine. So I'm happy to hear that you have an objective to stop the medical tourism.
Actually, just a small thing to say, there is great work being done by our health workers, including in Marago. But sometimes people fly out just because of perception and attitude. Like the Cancer Institute, they have carried out a successful bone marrow transplant. Next week I will be, two shall be discharging a patient who has been worked on by our own health workers. So we must build the confidence in our own system as well.
And I will request this House, before we close, there are some particular civil servants who are doing a great job. We need such names and they get recognition here. We can't give them money, but we need to recognize them. Some people have been very, very committed to do the good work. Now let me invite the Deputy Leader of Government Business, and who has been a Minister of Health, he has been a Minister of Finance, he has been Minister of Defense, he has been a National Political Commissioner, he has been the first MP who won during the UPM, the only MP. When President Museveni lost for him, he won. So, and he's the Chancellor of Makerere University. Crown it up, yeah. And he has been ambassador to Beijing, and he's a medical doctor. And he doesn't grow old, you know. So.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The Speaker, before he became a Speaker, used to be my friend. So some of the things he's saying is because he's my friend. They may not be quite accurate. But thank you for those compliments. Let me start by thanking colleagues who have really stayed in the House up to now. Because when we sit and listen to each other, it really helps us individually in our constituencies, but also helps the whole country. When you hear a colleague here stating the progress or lack of progress in his constituency, you contextualize yourself and you realize that you are not too bad off. So it's good to really listen to each other and learn. Right Honorable Speaker, in the course of the debate, there are undertakings which I committed myself to, and for avoidance of doubt, I want to repeat them. First, I've said I'm going to meet our colleagues who represent the islands because of the special issues there. I've said I'm going to meet colleagues who have immediate emergencies, including floods, and we have given a timetable when we'll do that. I've also undertaken that I will contact the head of state so that our citizen who has passed away in Poland and they need $15,000, the body can be repatriated and be brought back home. So those are key undertakings, and I will follow them through. We have also discussed to some extent the issue of fertilizers. One of our colleagues here stated that the fertilizers are going more expensive because they are being imported and because of problems, I think in the Arab world, perhaps not enough of them are reaching our country. But I did report here that in the country, apart from Sukuru, there are other factories who have started producing fertilizers. And the undertaking is for the government to support this effort and ensure that the supply of fertilizers grows to the levels that our people need them. Right Honourable Speaker, you have indicated that we need to come back here, particularly 4 sectors, to present further statements as a government, and we get a deeper debate. And as I heard you, this includes the area of agriculture. And I would add, Right Honourable Speaker, with your permission, that when our colleagues in agriculture come, they should highlight the issue of food security. Food security information we have in the School of Public Health in Makerere indicates that up to now we are food insecure as a country. What are the measurements? Some of the measurements include stunting of children. Children 5 years and below, as you know, when they go to the clinics, they are weighed, their heights are taken, and some calculation is made. In many of the parts of our country, there is a high rate of stunting, up to 40%. In areas like Rwenzori, like Chigezi, this is a very serious issue. But it informs us that there is food insecurity. What it means also, I think in simpler terms, if we had a drought for a whole year, many of our people will die because we don't even have food reserves. So you have also said health should return, education should return, and roads, the road sector should come back. But with your permission, Right Honourable Speaker, I would add that even the water sector should return, water for drinking and water for production, particularly irrigation. I think meetings, our colleagues like Honourable Baram, Honourable Namere, who is here with us, definitely very active and going all over. But we in the cabinet need to support them, not by cheering them, but by ourselves also going out. Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Health, Minister of Education, etc. We must come to the countryside and meet with you and address these very, very important issues. The PDM, I hear you clearly, and this is also a commitment from the head of state that although we have started very well by putting some money in every parish, we now need to follow this up with the numbers. If you take like a town like Kampala, a parish is almost a district. So if you give them the same amount of money, you will take a long time to alleviate the problems in that in such a situation. But the government itself is going to address PDM, look at the formula and come back with a different formulation to improve delivery in that respect. The ministers, as you have realized, in the past I think it has been a bit of a problem But I hope that our colleagues in the back bench do appreciate that these days the front desk, the front seat is not empty. And you can see even up to now, we are here with you in Parliament. When I went out, Right Honourable Speaker, a colleague followed me and reminded me about the damage caused by Lakwena during that war. And his appreciation is that areas like the north, like the east, have been helped in regard to restocking, for example. But the area of Busoga, and I think as we come closer to Jinja, have not benefited from this program. So I told this brother that we are going to check the facts. What was it that was done in these other areas, and which specific areas were not touched? And if there are gaps, those gaps will definitely be covered. So, as I conclude, I thank my colleagues, Honorable Ryomunsi, Honorable Peter Gwang, for the great work they have done, staying here, but also giving you a fairly detailed analysis of what is going on in their sectors. And we'll come back so that the other sectors are covered as well. Finally, I think the El Nino issue, because we may get very heavy rains and we need to be prepared. So in case my colleague in the works and transport sector did not go to that detail before we adjourn, I think we'll need to return here and give you a forecast. What is our expectation when El Nino comes, and what is our response, so that we don't get huge problems. The island areas where there are floods, I'm told that there are business people, and we thank them, who are helping our people to cross these waters. But when I meet our colleagues from the flooded areas, we really work out to see how the government can start intervening right now. Because people have been crossing on their own. Now there are floods. They have to cross to go to health centers. Children have to cross to go to schools. We definitely need to make an intervention in those areas so that our people get relief. So with these few remarks, Right Honourable Speaker, I thank you again, and I thank our colleagues for staying up to now. Thank you very much.
Thank you. No. Let's close. Procedure when we are closing. Because the closing procedure is the speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the magnanimity.
I did not. You forced me.
Right, Honorable Speaker, there are several issues that have been raised in this House in respect of human rights, which relates to the Minister of Internal Affairs, and the lead of government business had undertaken that when the Minister of Internal Affairs takes oath, because the full minister was indisposed, that they will respond to the issues as they raised, and then patiently waited. So I'm only wondering whether it's not procedure right that the next time is put on notice and then respond to the issues that have been raised. Thank you.
We had, Prime Minister, we had agreed. There's this general talk about human rights issues in Uganda. We need to face this matter head on. If there is need, both sides should prepare. Whose rights are being abused and by who? What is the way forward? I thought we would just give ourselves a day and debate the issue of human rights. Because rights, there's something about balancing of rights. You know, it doesn't appear well when people hear that in Uganda there are human rights abuses. And then in this parliament, my brother here, Paul, keeps on coming up. I think it is one day that we could also prepare. And let me know when you're prepared that day, after prayers, communication, we go to human rights. And we give 2 hours so that it will be the first and nearly the last time. Because I believe that if we prepare to debate it, we shall preside over it. It will give this country another direction. And even the international community that will want to follow, let them come and follow. And we need people to debate with facts. So it's a matter that you can make undertaking when you are ready. You just, even if you are ready tomorrow, we can suspend other things and we debate that matter. Yeah, because, yes, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir, Right Honorable Speaker. The struggle of the NRM was based on human rights. That I can tell you. And I think I told the Honorable Mwiru, or the leader of opposition, Honorable Senyonyi, that even myself, I used to doubt whether we were violating some human rights. Because I didn't expect the NRM government to do that. But when I saw Kakwenza, there was a young man called Kakwenza. He ran away. I saw him on the TV with his scars in his back. So I knew that something wrong was going on. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I undertake. And on Monday, during Cabinet, I will ask our chairman, the president or vice president, that we prepare to come here, give you a date, and discuss this issue of human rights.
And I want to caution, let it be evidence-based. We shall not tolerate Lugambo. And both sides, I want the very best of you. If we say 10 debaters here, 10 debaters, let the world hear us. Honorable members, as I said earlier, the House will be going for recess on 3rd. Tomorrow we have business for tomorrow, and we intend to conclude on the State of the Nation address. In addition to any other business that will come, there's a committee report on infrastructure. Today, 40 of you spoke on the State of the Nation, so we've added the number is now 281. Tomorrow we shall do for maybe 1 hour. We might have 20 more, and also, so those whose names were here and I didn't see them, I didn't call them their names because I don't want to embarrass them that they didn't attend Parliament. Yeah, I saw people whose names were here on both sides and they were not here. So when we go from 4th, for 3 weeks, we should be able to monitor, to join government in many, many other activities that are before we come back. So this House stands adjourned tomorrow, 2 p.m.
Are you in Western Uganda and you're looking for the latest information technology gadgets? Look no further. Kenext Computer Stores, located in Mbarara Baguta Street, opposite Central Market, next to former Bata Building, brings you all the latest computer accessories and gadgets to suit your need. We have the state-of-the-art CCTV cameras and DVR encoders, wireless routers, hard disks for both laptops and desktop, hard disk casings, laptop screens, MiFi TV sticks, modem, laptop chargers and adapters, projectors, MacBooks, keyboards, HDMI and VGA cables, internet cables, and so much more. Visit Kenext Computer Stores. For more information, contact us on 0701 29 15 42 or 0704 39 18 31.
This must be a Muchika. Iwe wale ni kweno kubo Muchika.